Alright, so starting off, about 100 feet up ahead, amongst the scraggly branches of the trees overhanging the old path, you see the flash of blue and recognize the quickling. Looking up towards the cloudy sky, it is hard to make out what time of day it is, but you all surmise that it must be around noon. You catch up to Sprinkles, who appears to be waiting impatiently. The quickling immediately dashes off towards the west, and you all follow. As soon as you spot him, though, again, he dashes off. This continues for most of the day. It leads you through the quickling Sprinkles leads you through thick brush, over dead trees, through tight ravines, and finally into open hilly grassland, with the Neverwinter forest to your left or to the east. Sprinkles forces quite a stringent pace, and you all make good time without running into any trouble. As the day darkens and the exhaustion of the day's march catches up to you, so soon you decide to try and see if you can catch the fast-moving creature. You dash with all your speed to catch it, but to no avail. Seeing the charge, the quickling easily outmaneuvers you before it rushes straight for you, running circles around your body, on your body, making a strange, fast, chuckling sound all the while. You hear the sound of clicking, clanging, and jingling as you just make out the feeling of the creature rifling through your equipment before it dashes off and rushes ahead in a blue streak of light out of sight. Seeing the futility of the exercise, you all decide to look for a good, safe place to camp, deducing that Sprinkles will realize what is going on and turn back to find you. With the help of your group, you find a decent camping spot in a deepish depression that blends quite well with the surrounding open rock and grassland landscape. Quickly setting up a camp and deeming it safe enough to light a fire, so soon you decide to boil some of Radolf's tea, since many of you still sporting some serious bruises and wounds from the zombie escape earlier that day. Also, just with this, I remember that we had said that you can only drink the tea once per day to gain HP, but for ease of the story, we'll just say that it did still have an effect and you were able to heal. Just for future reference, it's difficult to keep track of days when you have different sessions.
Yes, I also for a while I thought, what are you talking about? It was the next, but yeah, no,
it was
the same
that's
day.
the thing, yeah. It's difficult to realize. Anyway, so then Emma, you and Bedrick head off in search of something the quickling could possibly eat and find a decent clump of berries growing on a small bush. You also find a stream with fresh water. Getting back to the camp, you immediately notice that the party is starting to glow a bioluminescent blue in the dark of late twilight. So soon you offer them the tea, but mention that it does not taste or smell like the tea Radolf had made. Bedrick, you drink the tea before Emma can warn you not to, and after a few minutes, the entire party, except for Emma, is glowing a bright blue. It seems that there's no other adverse effects other than the glow, and that the source may be the tea. During the night, a few strange and prankish things occur. When you get up for your watch, your bootlaces are tied, and as you step out your sleeping bag, you fall on your face, or your sleeping roll at least. You fall on your face, trying to take a step. Strange things are also seen and heard throughout the night. Jacques, you have a moustache, monocle, and a flat fringe drawn on your face in charcoal, and an hour to about an hour 30 minutes into your watch, you hear strange laughter emanating from the darkness. Ha 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 ha. Jacques, you go to wake up Emma. What do you do as you make your way into the depression to go and wake her up?
So keeping kind of as quiet as possible, as low to the ground, trying not to create a silhouette. Just gonna like shimmy on up to her and like kick her boot, see if I can get her to wake up.
Emma, you do feel this. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Basically on my maximum rest, so I open my eyes, I look at him. I'm not sure.
Puts his finger over his mouth just to indicate to be quiet.
Okay. Can I look around and see if any of my companions are still glowing and whether the pea is still glowing?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Oh, no. Oh, no, no.
So,
I thought it was that.
you see, last week I had the good roll 7.
Yeah, you wake up all bleary-eyed, take a look around. The glow's mostly gone.
Okay.
There's a slight hint of it, but you don't. You're still kind of dazed, and you're not sure what's going on exactly. You just see Jacques standing over you.
Okay, so I'll whisper, what? What?
There is something laughing in the dark. I do not know if it is our little friend or if it is something we should worry about.
Okay. Emma gets up. And we'll go with Jacques so she can hear what he's referring to.
Alright, so you make your way with Jacques up and over onto the lip of the depression, and you give a listen out. You don't make out any sound. You wait for about 5 minutes, and you don't hear anything at this point. It's pretty quiet. You hear the sound of crickets going, the early chirping of birds starting to wake up for the day. But otherwise, it all seems pretty peaceful for now.
Then I would like to ask Jacques more about the laughter. Can you describe it to me? Because we know now that our little friend has a high-pitched laughter and a giggle. I'm having him around my neck and giggling at my fox joke or attempt. So I'll ask Jacques to describe to me the laughter he heard.
It definitely did not sound like our little friend. It was a deep laugh, something that made my skin crawl at the sound. But it appears that perhaps it is either scenes that we are aware or has moved along. Perhaps we should just watch our back as we move throughout the day.
Okay, Emma is quite fond of the little blue electric creature.
Energizer Bunny.
And contemplate whether she should call out for him or not. Ask Job if anything else besides the laughter, anything strange in the wind, anything strange in the sky, stars maybe disappearing for a while, anything strange during the night.
Did I notice anything like that, DM?
No, your previous low was also pretty low. You couldn't really see much, or the only sound you really made out was that of laughter and the usual night noises. But yeah, it was basically just the laughter that you kind of made out.
No, I do not believe I saw anything like that. But then again, it's been a long day, and I was surprised by the laughter, so perhaps I missed something.
Okay. Who is in light armor and who's sleeping naked and who's sleeping in this?
Well, I'm in light armor, but apparently going naked is the thing I do.
Yeah, so anything from medium to heavy you have to remove before sleeping.
So I removed it and I'm just wearing normal clothes.
I'm in light armor, so I should have it on totally this time.
Yeah, there you do.
And I think Daenerys also has heavy armor.
Yeah, does Elf not have light armor?
I guess it depends on their So what do
Oh, okay. So I will ask Jacques if he could maybe. Is our fire still burning? Sorry.
should be? We're putting on maybe rotation.
Well,
If he can.
I'd say Jacques, roll a survival check for me, please.
Sure. Let's see. Survival +1. Ah, it's terrible. It's a 6.
You look down to the fire, Emma, as you say, as the fire's still going, and you notice that there's a few embers burning, but it looks like it's mostly burnt out. Jacques absent-mindedly threw a stump onto the fire, but it had rolled off and come to rest right next to it, not catching a light. And the fire's burnt down, and there's a couple of coals, but mostly it's out. After
Going into the air?
sorry.
Any smoke going into the air?
There's a small, like, little waft of every now and then, but really nothing. It's almost imperceptible. It is like the smell of that old fire kind of smell that you pick up, but you don't, especially in the darkness now. It's difficult to see. You try and have a look. It is lightening up. It's early morning. The sun hasn't poked over the horizon yet. It's just before dawn. It's still that dark hour. But there are birds about waking up and such. After about 10 minutes, Jacques, you and Emma sitting at the top there, kind of deciding what you're going to do. You do notice with your because it's still dark, your passive perception drops slightly, but you do still have a decentish passive perception. If I remember, I think it's 14, but I think
Minus
dark,
15.
yours
Minus
is 15.
13.
13.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, minus 15.
59. But in darkness it's -5. So yeah, Emma, you would notice this.
Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, 15. And then Jacques was from, sorry, I couldn't quite hear you. 13. Okay. Yeah. So Emma, you would notice this. About 50 feet away from the campsite, out into the dark, is what appears to be an old, weathered-looking wooden chest. It's covered in like moss and it looks like there might be a couple of holes. It's difficult to tell from this distance yet, but it looks like it's been out in the element for quite a while.
Okay, can I ask, maybe just quickly to recap for myself, who I only needed 4 hours, but who still needs time to have a full recovery?
Everybody except you and Jock. Yeah.
How many hours left to our rest?
And
But
Daenerys?
no, Daenerys is half elf, so no.
Half elf.
So there's about half an hour to 45 to about 40 minutes.
Okay, well, as much as I'm fond of the little sprinkles or sparkly or what, I do remember what Adolf told us, so I'm wary that it could be a trick of the little sprinkle guy, and we'll just call out softly, "Sprinkles, buddy, time for breakfast."
You see a flash in the dark, similar to the one you'd seen the previous day. A very quick and out.
Okay, so I know he's still alive. Do I know that he's still alive? Sorry.
Well, I mean, it looks similar to the light you'd seen the previous day. It's not the blue that he emits, like when he runs. It's just almost like a yellowish white light that just appears for a brief moment before disappearing.
Did Jacques see the yellowish flash, or was that only for?
No, you would have seen it. Yeah, you would definitely have seen it. If you hear Emma calling out and you see the flash followed, it's coming from. If you guys are kind of standing, I'm not sure where you would be on the edge of around the camp, but it's coming from like a bit of an easterly direction, away from the forest.
Sorry.
Yep.
May I go first?
No, that's it. The flash came from like an easterly direction.
I would like to ask a question, a general question that I think he would understand.
Mhm.
Because I am concerned, but I'm also concerned about his safety. I just want to quickly check. The word for biltong here is something else.
It will just be dried meat.
Jerky or
Jerky, smoked.
Yeah, so I'll ask
America.
into the dog. Sprinkles, if you're okay, tell me how was the jerky?
And after you say that, a couple of seconds pass before you see multiple flashes of light, but they don't go out immediately. You see, and they start to kind of twill in circles, going up into the sky, and almost creating, before going out, like a bit of a firework effect. Before going back into dark again.
I'm a bit concerned about that because he never had jerky, and seeing us, and I'm not comfortable with that. I don't think it's him. And I asked Jock, or can I share with what I'm feeling with Jock?
No, it's up to you what you say. It's
Yeah, I would like to share that with Jacques. Tell him, I gave him nuts and I gave him berries. Well, the berries, obviously, from what we found here, the nuts is what I had in my ration for the day. And jerky, I thought he wouldn't appreciate. So he never had jerky, and the reaction I saw there is like a celebration. It was cock-a-doodle-doo. And I don't think that it's our little Sprinkles. I'm very worried about him. I think he might be restrained or something. I don't want to do this, but I am going to ask Jacques to tell the rest of the guys to put on their heavy armor.
I think this might be a good idea. I also don't trust these. It's the wrong color. It's the wrong emotion being presented.
Okay.
But I think for now, let's pretend as though we do not suspect anything. Keep an eye out while I wake the others, but I'll do so quietly.
Okay.
Right, and then Jacques will sneak back up to the others, and also now at this point he's gonna go up to each person and kind of just lightly put his hand over their mouth to kind of just like muffle any sounds they might make as they wake up. And then when they do wake up, he's just gonna whisper, "There may be danger. I believe it is time to armor up."
I asked Jog, where is Emma?
Where is she in relation to where we are now? Is she kind of like in the darkness? Is she on the edge of the camp?
She'd probably still be on the edge of the camp, keeping lookout.
Yeah, she's very worried about this little guy. She really took a liking to him.
Well, if Jog gives me like a general direction, then I'll just...
Yeah, Jog will kind of like indicate quietly in the direction to start moving as he then moves on to the next individual.
Then I'll quietly make my way towards it.
Is there sand in our camp around the fire?
Yeah, it's a mixture of brush and dirt. Along the sides, it's more dirt, and then towards the center, there's a bit of grass, and obviously where you've created the fire in the center, there was, or I'm assuming you created the fire in the center, but there's the grass around there is now flattened and burnt a bit, but it's still early spring, so the grass is, in places is greener, and other places still a bit brown. So it's like that in between phase where you have patches of dirt, but there are bits and clumps of grass. No, and I'm not talking about like soft green like lawn grass. It's like those clumps of bush type of grass. Yeah.
Okay, Emma is possessed by worry about this little guy, so she storms back to the center, kicks the little sand she can get almost in everybody's eye, but it's covered of fire, or the little bit of maybe that's left, and also where she saw um, the calligraphy. Is it that Sassoon left? That Sassoon left his calligraphy. She also tried to.
Oh no, that was quite a ways off. That was like off into
Okay.
like a good 50 meters.
How far is the laughter that we heard, or that Jacques heard from that calligraphy?
Well, if you ask Jacques, he would tell you it was difficult to make out the exact direction of where the laughter came from, but it sounded close.
Okay, so she will rush back to the edge of the camp and try and see if she can see anything. It's not early morning, so my vision is still 30%. Not 60 feet, it's now still half, right?
Yeah, well, no, it's 60 feet dark vision, meaning that you can perceive 60 feet as low light, and then further than that is darkness. But it is still pretty dark. It's not full lighted.
Can I see anything when I peer into the darkness, or is that still part of my perception check?
That was still a part of your original perception. Let's find out what everyone else is doing at this point.
I'm there. I joined her there. Can I roll perception in the meantime?
Yeah, so as you move up there, you can roll a perception check. What's everyone else doing?
As I'm getting sand kicked in my face, I ask Jock, what danger?
Jacques, did you hear that?
Sorry, I was muted. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cough, so I've been muting myself in between. We do not know what the danger is, but it is pretending to be our guide, and I think that it would be best to be on a defensive position just in case.
You're talking about the same guide that has been messing with us the entire time.
Oui, this is true, but we have reason to believe that it may be in danger this time.
The same guy that. How far am I and Sassoon from each other?
Oh, you guys are close. I mean, the depression, well, it's deep and stuff. I mean, you've got, with like, yeah, very close.
So I could be in this conversation.
Yeah.
I could be in this conversation. So the same guy that tied my shoelaces and pissed in the tea.
Oui,
I kind of shrug and indicate that I'd rather just go back to bed.
Same.
I agree that if it is the guide playing another joke, it will be a waste of time and energy. But on the off chance, Emma believes that this is an actual threat that we should worry about.
I just throw my hand up and it's like, I've already spent one night without rest. I can't afford more, especially not for this asshole.
Yeah, I just turn around and sleep because I will not get my full sleep if I'm out now.
Alright, so as they're going back to sleep, Jacques will sort of take a defensive stance around them, just in case, and he'll keep his ears open in case he hears it.
And what would sorry, Pedro, I'll get you now. What would Daenerys do in this situation, Sassoon?
Very good question. I can't remember what her relationship is with Sparkles.
No, I mean, she didn't have a very close one with him. It's not like he did anything to her as of what you have noticed yet. So she doesn't have any necessarily hatred or I think her feelings towards him is neutral.
Yeah, no, I guess she can. I'm gonna roll a dice. If it's above 10, she stands up. If it's below, she stands up
Alright.
and
Nice.
also takes a defensive stance.
Alright, so Daenerys gets up and moves towards Bedrick and Emma on the lip of the depression as Jacques remains there at the bottom. Keeping a lookout.
Can Jacques quietly draw the two people that have gone back to sleep? Can he draw their weapons and put the hilts in their hands while they're sleeping, just so that when they wake up, it's a reaction to just stand up and go, as opposed to fumbling at the sheath?
My body is my weapon. I already have it equipped.
My body is my weapon. I kind of see what Jock is doing and I understand, and I just take my axe and I cut her with it.
Yeah, and then with that, Shark is he's on the lookout and he's listening as best he can. Then.
Right, perfect. Although you do notice that Sassoon does, for whatever strange reason, carry a blade with him. Although, as of yet, Jacques, you have not noticed him or seen him use it.
Nah, I've seen him use his fists. I'm sure he'll wake up and hit things just fine.
Yeah. All right. So you guys standing on the edge there. What do you do? Oh, Bedrick, what was your perception roll there?
Yeah, so apparently I got a lot of that sand in my eyes, and a crap load of it. I think the full heal of it because I rolled a 3. So.
Jeez, okay. All right. So perfect. All right, yeah, no, Bedrick, you also you're quite tired. You didn't get your full hours, so getting up was quite difficult. And you wake up bleary-eyed, ready to attack whatever you see, but you come out completely. It's dark outside. You don't see anything, and you don't notice anything. You don't hear anything.
Okay. Well, I'll stand by there with Emma.
Yeah, you standing there with your rapier drawn because you
pretty much, yeah.
All you basically know is that Emma's feeling panicked a little bit and worried, so you've sensed that, and you've got your blade drawn, but don't see, hear, or sense anything at the moment.
Yeah, can I point towards the chest and say that wasn't there before, so it could either be a prank, which is quite possible, but it could also mean the little guy's in trouble, which I would hate.
Well, why don't I go and check it out?
We don't know what's in there.
Well, then one of us goes and checks it out. You guys...
Then I go into a tall kind of.
And I say, well, while you're busy communicating with chickens, how about I make my way there stealthily, which happens to be my forte, and then.
Try to.
And then you just keep an eye out for me.
Okay, I will ready my bow.
On my back?
Yeah.
Alright. And then I'll also ask the same question to Daenerys, because I mean she's there, I'm assuming.
Yeah, she'll also... Yeah,
there's 2 people at the camp, so I can probably join you.
Okay. So Daenerys will be there pretty much, right?
Wait, I'm not stealthy. Who is second most?
No, I'm saying
stealthy?
Daenerys is there with Emma and Bedrick, basically, right?
Oh, okay. So you're going out alone.
Way to the edge. So yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Then I tell Emma and Daenerys, okay, just watch my back, and I'll stealth my way to this box and we'll see what it is.
All right. So they.
Roll stealth?
Yeah, roll stealth for me as Emma and Daenerys watch your back. Emma
my
with
normal
her bow
stealth.
drawn. Daenerys with. Sorry, say it again.
My normal stealth is with advantage.
Yeah, with advantage. Yeah.
Right.
And Daenerys is busy getting her components out for a spell. Although I don't think she's got spell slots just yet because
No.
she hasn't had a full rest.
I
24.
can probably open her character sheet as well.
I see she does have a spear, so that you can throw. Alright, so you rolled a 24. Alright. So Bedrick, you stealth closer to this chest that's around probably about between 55 and 60, between 50 and 60 feet away. Like 20 meters basically from camp, not too far. As you make your way, feeling quite confident that nothing around you sees or hears you. Even your companions struggle to spot and see and mark your position as you make your way.
That's how we do it.
Are you just heading? What is your plan?
Well, I want to get up close, or as close as possible in any case, to this box,
Alright.
and then either like inspect it or even possibly try and
Yeah.
open it.
All right. So as you approach the box, all stealth-like, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
All right. It'll be, I think, 16. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So as you make your way, you don't notice anything untoward really, and you get to the box. Roll an investigation check for me, please.
All right.
This old chest sitting there looks a little bit strange, perhaps. Yeah. What did you get there?
It's I got a 15, but we just had a question. I'm pretty much on my own in this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're by yourself there in the front. So you guys really struggle to make out what Bedrick's doing. I mean, it's quite dark out there.
Somebody's being very funny this side. Sorry.
No.
Just a second.
So as you bend down to inspect the box and you go to kind of brush it a little bit, your hand passes right through.
Oh wow, it's an illusion. Okay, cool. All right, so I noticed this, my hand going through. I think the moment I realized this, I'm pretty much, more tense and more worried about what's actually happening. Can they see me from where I am? Can I gesture to them, or is it too far, too dark?
No, they would be able to see you. I think, although Daenerys might struggle, but Emmett would definitely see you.
Cool. I don't know what symbol or sign to give them apart from the middle finger.
No, Daenerys would see because she does have dark vision.
Yeah, no, just not sure. I don't know if she knows Sassoon's hand sign for danger, because I mean we had this for us three, but I don't think by now she would know yet.
I'd say roll a for Emma and Daenerys, roll a insight check.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Oh well, you.
16 plus what's her
Wow.
insight? Wow, 21.
Then the rest would know.
Do I roll perception as well to see if she can actually see it, or?
No, I think with her dark vision she would notice. I mean, Bedrick isn't at this point trying to hide the signaling from you.
So,
Okay. So as he's signaling danger, she pulls out her longbow.
cool. And
I
then
don't
just
think she has a longbow.
tell Emma, because she rolled a 10. I'm not sure if she's gonna get it
No,
right.
she's fucking
Yeah.
clueless.
Yeah, so yeah, Emma obviously doesn't figure it out, but she doesn't have a longbow, I think.
Emma.
I'm on the
Daenerys.
wrong. I'm on the wrong.
Are you an Emma?
Yeah. I'm making.
I'm not the only one, you see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, last week. Yeah.
So her insight is -1.
Alright.
So 15.
15. She still would have known what Beatrick is getting at.
Cool, then I fill out the signal for them to see. Then I'm assuming that if one of them recognizes, they'll tell the other one pretty much what's going on. Then from there, I'll. Can I do a roll to see if I notice anything around me? Any
Yeah,
sound?
make a perception check for me.
15.
I'm just trying to think. Yeah, no, this will be a normal perception, I think. All right. So you look about, Beatrick. The chest you obviously deduces, like you say, an illusion. You don't necessarily notice anything untoward. Everything in your immediate vicinity seems to be okay. Within 60 feet around you, you don't notice anything amiss. And you don't make out the sound of anything funny. Nothing like alarming or anything like that.
Cool. From there, I will then quietly make my way back towards Emma and Daenerys.
Alright.
I'll
you
stealth
make
again.
Yeah, it's up to you if you want to stealth back.
Yeah, I'll just for the sake of being careful.
Alright.
I'll stealth again. We just roll. First one was 16, and the second one would be 18. Yeah, 18.
Yeah. You feel pretty confident that nothing can see or hear you as you make your way back.
And I reach up to Emma and Daenerys, and I say, right, well, it's obviously an illusion. So whatever is playing this game is trying to fuck with us, but not in a good way. I didn't see or hear anything funny or out of the ordinary while I was there, so yeah, I don't know what.
As you turn now to point back at the illusion, it's gone. As you've made your way back.
Okay, then I'm pretty much lost for words right now.
Okay, but we saw the treasure, the chest thingy. So I know about the chest.
It's gone.
Bedrick knows about
But
it.
I didn't know it was an illusion. You thought it was a physical thing where I went and touched it.
Would I see that it's gone now?
Yeah, I mean you know the location, so you look where it was previously, and it's not there anymore.
Okay.
And what made you think this was a risk? What happened? What?
Well, remember, this would be the previous night that we did the feed that I
You fed him, yes.
put made food available for you, right? Then the next morning,
it was when we started the camps. Yeah, the rest.
Okay, so last night I remember how I gave him nuts.
Yeah.
Because I thought maybe he wouldn't appreciate that. And gave him some of that berries.
Mm-hmm.
And when Jacques told me about the laughter he heard, I thought it he maybe Sprinkles having a go at all of us. But I asked him how was the jerky. And there was fireworks, right, Jacques?
Jacques said the camp. I don't think you will be able to.
No, he'll hear you. I mean, it's not like if you guys are talking normally. I mean, it's not like it's a huge distance away.
Right.
And the light that's emitting from him is also not. Oh, it's not that blue blurry light. It's more whitish.
It's not from the creature.
Yeah, from.
Okay.
Jacques,
Right.
help!
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to like interrupt the conversation, but yeah. So Jacques is like he's hearing this and he understands that okay, like he's probably been a bit of a fool now and he's working some people up, but he's adamant that this was a legitimate like concern. So you hear him whisper back. We at first I thought that perhaps it was a joke, but the laughter was deep. It was deep and it carried for quite some distance. It was not the laugh that we heard our companion, our little compatriot, make the other night. And when Emma asked how the jerky was, he had no jerky, but the lights, they were like fireworks. They were a celebration with the wrong color and did not fade in the same way that our companion's light did. It gave me reason for concern.
Right. What's going on with your face, buddy?
Well, he's cleaned most of it off, but he got black smudges. No, well, he's got black smudges in places still.
Exactly.
Look, I have no love lost for this little bastard, but if our lives are in danger, then perhaps we should consider taking some kind of precautionary measures.
Well,
Well-
he's been pranking us the whole time, but I do understand that deeper laugh is obviously more concerning. I mean, I probably would have if it was a demon or something. So
Well, how about we let Daenerys get some rest more? How much of Jock's session or his
rest.
Probably about
Um,
half an hour at this point.
how about and then how about I complete his Haven? Would he have had his complete rest to?
Yeah, Jock. I mean, he's also an elf, so he would have had his full rest.
How about Jock? I said with Jock, and Bedrick goes to rest, and Daenerys goes to rest, and then hopefully I'll freaking put a perception check.
Right, yeah, okay. I'll go to rest, but anything at all, you throw a rock at my head, make sure I wake up.
I'll kick sand from your eyes
Yeah, like
again.
that just now.
Should we build up the fire again, or are we
No,
gonna?
I don't think so.
Nah,
Yeah.
we're almost done with our campsite in any case, so it's not a
All
problem.
right. Cool.
Good job, by the way, in throwing that log there. I see it roll right off.
I was a little bit distracted.
I don't blame you. It's fine.
Alright, so
Um,
Jock
And we'll
and
continue
Daenerys hit.
with the watch.
Perfect. Alright. Jock and Emma
I'll go,
heading up the
I'll
watch.
go and just lie down.
Yeah, Bedrick and Daenerys heading back to bed. Alright. So, as you sit there, Emma and Jock, keeping an eye out, your watch passes with anything else happening really. It's pretty quiet. The sun starts to slowly but surely come closer to the horizon. The light of dawn now clearly visible in the east as the sun begins to rise, and your watch comes to an end, and you go to wake your companions.
Good morning. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. So also just like without causing much of a fuss, so like checking in with Emma. You didn't see anything in the night, did you?
You're talking to Emma, right?
Yeah.
So she just went to the look quickly. So
Okay. Cool. We'll
sorry.
assume that you didn't see anything.
no, she didn't. No, she would probably say that.
Jacques will go and once again, wake everybody up. But at the same time, he's also going to try and get the fire going. Perhaps we can get some breakfast on the fire before we mission out. He's feeling a little chagrined that he woke everybody up for apparently no reason.
Oh no, we did the right thing.
Did he?
Well, I mean
He did. Because what if it was something dangerous at our?
This is
I'm-
Sassoon.
No.
I understand we look almost exactly alike, so
To a T.
Sorry, so soon.
Yeah. So as you all awake, it seems to be quite a beautiful day. It's quite warm for this time of the morning and year as well, and it's a light breeze blowing through, but otherwise it looks like it's going to be a good day for travel. Adar, just with your passive investigation.
Oh yes, my passive investigation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you kind of get up out of bed, you notice what appear to be footprints. Tiny, what appear to be some sort of four-legged creature, and many of them all over and around your campsite.
Okay.
But you don't find any creatures about, but you do see plenty of tiny little tracks.
And I'm like, Emma, is this?
Were they like walking around,
Yeah, it looks like
or did
they've
they
been
go to specific places?
yeah. As you kind of investigate a little bit further, you notice that a lot of them seem to be focused on many of your packs that are kind of set up as almost as backrests and such behind your sleeping mat, sleeping rolls.
Try
That's
to
great.
just tell everyone that little bugger ran around camp last night at the speed of Kak vannacht. So just check your bags. See if you pissed somewhere again. That's not raisins. Please don't eat it, etc.
You do notice, yeah, you do see a lot of these little black look like droppings quite frequently, or quite in quite a few places. But it doesn't look to be feet. It looks animal like, these tracks.
No,
Looks animal-like.
no, ask Emma if she would think this is our friend or something else.
Yeah, I show them.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It
I,
seems animal-like, but it won't be our friend. Isn't
Well,
he
it looks like
animal?
it's got like almost like a four kind of not like claws, but like it looks like paws almost.
Yeah.
Four kind of, you can tell it's
Okay.
four because it's the way they're not like lining up, and there's plenty of them all over the place.
I checked
A lot of
if
it-
everything's still there.
Yeah.
A lot
I'll
of
ask
it
him-
has been kind of dusted and like walked over and stepped on throughout the night, but there's still plenty more footprints all over the place.
Okay, then I tell Emma ask her when she feeds Sparky, just wherever she feed him, we'll just check the tracks if it's the same. If it's
Yeah,
not
just
the
go-
same, then I think it might have been rats or something. Do I recognize it?
Roll
Do I
a nature
recognize
check,
the track?
and Sassoon, you go through your stuff. Roll investigation.
I check my stuff as well.
Yeah, roll investigation.
9.
Hey,
9.
21 on nature, 17.
hey,
Alright.
Nature's. It's early in the morning, boys. One cup
Hmm.
of coffee in, I am at my prime. Downhill
Huh?
from here.
You're
Full
afraid,
rest. Yeah, full rest. Oh yeah, you can all mark down a full rest, hey? So, Mark, you can all take your full rests.
Oh yeah.
What?
So the question is, what were you thinking about?
What are you thinking about?
9?
So, Ado, yeah, you recognize these tracks as being they most likely some sort of a rodent, probably with that roll, field mice.
But everybody's stuff was still in their bag.
I will
Field
check
mice.
all the screen.
Yeah, with that investigation, Sassoon, you look into your bag. You don't notice anything missing. However, Bedrick, you go to check and you look in your provision in the bag holding your provisions, and you notice that there's a hole that looks like it's been chewed into the bag, and plenty of the food that was in there is gone.
Motherfucker!
Let's
All right,
not
so-
jump to conclusions.
I'd like to roll investigation as well. My bag.
All right. Well,
So no, it was. I'd
Bedrick
tell them
would
it was probably mice.
Well, I don't think somebody can chew
would
into
roll-
your bag. Your bag is like magical.
Yo, one of my bags. We've got big problems. If that bag gets torn or
I think if somebody
Or
chewed into
destroyed.
the side of that bag, it might have caused bigger problems than some of
Yeah.
the food missing.
I'll get it. But if the bag gets torn, on open, all the stuff drops into a plane, so it's gone. All the shit is gone if they chew into a bag like that. Let me just get it. Can I roll investigation check if it happened?
yeah. Well, yeah. Roll investigation.
Oh,
But I mean, Bedrick is going to obviously mention that his food's missing, or a lot of it is missing. On your investigation, your bag of holding seems to be intact.
okay.
Yeah, there doesn't appear to be.
14 on 14
but-
on my investigation.
Yeah, 14 on your investigation. Yeah, so you check your bag. It seems to be intact. However, all of you, or all the rest of you at least, go to check after Bedrick mentions that his food's been gotten into, have lost half of your rations.
Oh,
So just remove half your rations for me, if you'd be so kind.
motherfuckers.
Oh. Does anyone anyone mention to the other guys that disappearing chest, should the Patrick mention the disappearing chest, or do any?
Yeah, well, yes, I'll tell the rest of the guys about what happened, obviously. That I snuck up to what looked like a chest, and when I put my hand on it, it was pretty much an illusion. So it was not physically there. And when I got back to Daenerys and Emma, and we looked back again, it was gone. So yeah, this old trickster is up to no good. And I don't care what the hell broke into my bag, he will replace. His body will replace my rations.
Does anyone else know anything about the quicklings? Because Emma rolled quite bad to the previous session.
Can I try, maybe?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's gonna. The DC is gonna be higher since it's been quite a while. But
What can I roll for that?
Yeah, roll an Arcana. I think I'm gonna tell you now. I think it's an Arcana.
Can I roll like acrobatics? Is much better.
What?
Sorry.
Can't you roll it?
No, I'm just joking. I said acrobatics.
An acrobatics to figure out. Yeah, only. So you can either roll a Arcana or Nature check.
Pretty much the same. So there you go. Of course, 11.
Yeah, no, if it's the first time you've seen, you might have heard a tale long ago, but it's a creature you're very unfamiliar with.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
I can't even come to his defense.
Right.
So yeah, after you've removed half of your rations, Ada, you kept your rations in your bag of holding, right? In your goodie bag.
I can. Yeah.
All right, so your rations are okay then. If it's in your goodie bag, then
I'll just double check, but I'm pretty sure. Not the. Yes, in my goodie bag.
All right, cool.
Well, it would seem.
Sorry,
that
I go to manage inventory for managing my rations, right?
Yeah, well, you don't have to go under. Yeah, you just go under inventory, click on rations, and then you can just subtract.
Yeah. How much do I lose?
Half. So however much you have, just half it.
Okay.
Sorry, Jacques, you were saying?
No, it just he kind of like looks around at the group, realizing that all the rations are gone. He looks a little confused. He's like, it would seem that I was made a fool of last night, but all right, we will keep an eye out, or I will keep an eye out, and I will make sure that this does not happen again. I apologize. I was on watch. Your rations were taken. I will make this up to my party.
No problem, Jock. Just remember, I do not wake up for danger unless there's an arrow in my leg. That's it. That's where I draw the line. That's when I stand up.
So how open are you to the idea that if there is the potential of danger, that I shoot you myself in the leg and get you occupied?
I like stand up straight and I listen to this.
That's a judgment call on your side, but I will definitely stand up.
I do think the immediate danger will then be you.
Yeah.
I'm just some stranger you guys found in the woods. I could be a mass murderer or something. You don't know my life.
I do know you're an interrupter of sleep, because you said there was danger, and yet here we are, still alive.
Whether you're a mass murderer or not, I don't know, but you're definitely a psychopath.
Well, you had your chance to kill us and you didn't do it, so I'm assuming you're safe.
Well, Emma will speak up and say, but I asked him to wake you all up and get you heavy armor on, so now she gets pissed off, because if it was real danger, you could have been naked, but fucking next time we'll leave you to sleep without your armor, and if there's danger, we'll leave you to fucking sleep naked.
Thank you. Is that too much to ask?
I've got my sleeping clothes, my peasant pants.
wearing his sleeping armor.
Yeah,
then I'll
wearing
say-
my sleeping armor.
And then I'll be like, then you can all feel what it's like to be naked with no one telling you anything.
Oh no. Okay, no, but this is serious now. There's a little guy missing.
Alright, what do you want to do, Emma? Do you want to go search for this little guy? Sparkles, Spinkles, whatever his name is?
Oh, I'm worried about him.
Yeah. Let's go to the point where you last saw him. Let's start from there.
Well, his soft spot is food, obviously, because
Alright.
that's what I saw last time.
Then put on the soft. Well,
Well,
food.
I've got half rations, but I can survive on basically anything from nature. Is that a fact, or do I have to roll for it? Sorry, Deem.
Well, you'll have to scavenge. So yeah, you'll have to roll if you're going to scavenge for food, or what do you call it, forage.
Yeah,
No, I
okay,
think she
well-
was more referring to telling us about that, if she could tell us or not.
Yeah, can I tell them?
Well, I mean, it depends on, like, I mean, when you're foraging for food, you're rolling a survival check. So if you have proficiency with survival, then you could probably claim to be a good forager or someone able to look for something to eat in the wild. But if you don't have a good survival check, then it's more going on how familiar you are with the region and its plants and stuff like that. So if you've been, but I mean, because this is like somewhat medieval Renaissance / type of era or style or a period or whatever you want to call it, most people do have a base knowledge of plants and things that you can eat. But it also again depends on how familiar you are with the area or the region.
Can my vision is, my dog vision is back to 60 feet, right? But it's,
It's daytime now. It's early morning at this point.
and I call out to Sprinkles.
Yeah.
And I call out Sprinkles, if you're safe. I'm going to put the rest of what's left of my half ration here for you. Just leave me a sign that you're safe. And then I'll put my rations about 30 feet from me, because I've got 60 feet, so I'll put it 30 feet from me
Mm.
and hope he leaves me a sign that he's okay.
All right. So as you place it down onto the ground.
So right now it's not all fairy tale, but still shame.
Does anyone have advantage on investigation by any chance?
Not advantage, but
I've got the +2, which is not much.
Yeah.
let me check mine.
I've got +4 in investigation.
+4 as well.
Okay.
Of
So
course you do.
I think while Emma's putting down the food and kind of trying to communicate to Sparky, Sparky's gonna maybe to kind of see if he can remember who in the group seems to have been more perceptive, and he's going to kind of see the two. Sorry, what are the characters' names again? I'm struggling to like always.
Rick and Arrow.
Perceptive and intelligent are opposites.
Well, if
sorry,
you're doing an investigation, you'd use.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking for the most intelligent people, not the most perceptive.
It should be Emma. It's
What?
in terms of intelligence.
I'm a +4 in intelligence.
I'm also +4.
Hey!
Good. for
See,
you.
that's why Aaron and I get along so well.
Big brain.
I am not.
I'm not.
It's okay,
Jacques,
Sasha, we still love you.
Jacques also not very intelligent.
We accept you.
So he'll kind of say, my friends, I believe we should perhaps investigate where Emma and I saw the lights and see if there is any trace that perhaps it was a different creature. And if not, then that might provide us with an answer.
We?
Copy that.
Or do you mean you?
Well, I mean, like us. I think like I'll help. Maybe I can provide advantage, but I've got a terrible intelligence, so hopefully
Yeah.
better.
Okay, so Adol would be just about done putting on his armor and having his quick snack or quick breakfast, and then yeah, we go.
Are we
I'm
going to
ready.
investigate where the disappearing chest was?
We can.
I think we could go there as well. Let's
Um,
go to the light.
How well do we know where we are now?
Em?
Make a survival check for me, since none of you were necessarily leading the way.
So all
and-
of us survival.
7.
Well, Sassoon, yeah, Sassoon, you're not really sure. I mean, you know you were heading south the previous day. You were heading west then south. And you know that
Whatever.
you know that you.
I rolled a 1, sorry guys.
Well, no, you did not roll a 1. You got a 1.
I rolled 2 and I got a -1 in survival, so.
Yes.
Can Jacques assist? Can he provide advantage to someone, like a second roll?
Well, Bedrick
so.
already rolled as
okay.
well, so that's. So no, you know you're on the edge of Neverwinter Wood. You can still see it off in the distance, but where along it you guys are, you're not sure. You know you've traveled quite a far distance. It's difficult to tell also because getting to Thunder Tree, you guys did take a bit of a wrong turn here and there. So the exact distance you traveled along Neverwinter or with through and out Neverwinter Wood isn't 100% clear. So yeah. You're not quite sure where you are, but you do know that Braidoth had told you that following the creature would have taken you about a day and a half to reach your destination.
Okay, I'm blonde, but I have to spell it out a bit. Emma's blonde, literally.
She's so blonde, she's white hair.
Right. Okay. So none of us can do a pressure.
But
There's nothing else we can do to check.
What do you want to check?
I put all my spells back after a long rest, don't I?
Yeah, so you can choose if you want to replace some of your spells with others or whatever. But yeah, after a long rest, you get all your spell slots back.
Oh.
All right, so Ado, you wanted to do something. What are you up to?
Yeah, so I wanted. So we don't know where the chest stood because everybody's fuming about the food that's gone.
And
well,
I'm more worried about the little guy.
I just said I'll eat whoever took my food, so simple as that.
And we're worried about the chest that was there. That was, what was it?
Do we know where the chest was?
Illusion.
Or
I would know because I went up to it, so I mean I can suppose I would.
that is the rolls they failed, right?
No, they were checking to see if they knew where they were along the trail.
Oh, along the trail. Okay, but
Chest
can I ask Emma to just show me where the chest was, or rather
Yeah.
Jacques?
Yeah.
I went
Little
up.
bit
Yeah,
too.
we went up.
Patrick went up to it.
Oh, Bedrick went up to it. That's true. That's true. Sorry, yeah.
I take Adar by the hand and I walk him to.
I'll take it.
Okay, cool. Let's go, Adar. I'll show you where the chest was.
I'd like to investigate that spot.
All right, roll investigation for me.
Can I assist him?
Yeah, you can assist, so roll with advantage.
Okay. 22.
Nice. All right, so you bend down to take a closer look at the spot that Bedrick had pointed out. It doesn't look like the ground around there has been disturbed, besides the very few tracks that Bedrick had left stealthing through in that direction. What you do notice, though, near the chest is a foot trap, like a little, what appears to be a root tied to a rock made to trip someone up. It was placed quite nearby, and looking around this particular part, so again, you don't notice anything where the chest is, it's an illusion. and also being somewhat skilled with arcane, you do know casting illusionary magic, you don't have to be on the spot. You casting whatever it is, whatever illusion you're making. But you do find this kind of rock, almost like an old fallen stump and a rock, with this vine kind of between it that Beardrick managed to avoid the previous night. And you take a close investigation around there, and you notice very, very tiny track marks. It's very difficult to make out, but with that perception, you do notice it looks like tiny boots, but it looks like it almost scuffs the floor. So it leaves like a bit of a continuous trail. But where it stops and where it looks like it stops and then changes direction, you notice it looks like two tiny little boot prints in the ground.
Okay, yeah. So
quite nearby the like these two stumps, and actually with that perception as well, like with that investigation, you start to follow the tracks a little bit. I mean, they're a little bit convoluted because they're constantly going in circles and almost like not making much sense. It goes left and zigzags, and then it kind of goes back to where it just looks like this creature wastes time by running in weird directions, making in kind of for a particular. But you manage to suss out that he's heading in a particular direction, or where he originally came from, and you notice you along one of the tracks you bend down and you see what appear to be one of the berries that Emma had given him the previous day.
Oh.
And you keep following along, and
So
you
does
find hey.
Does Addo tell me all this as he sees it?
Yeah, you guys are doing this all together. You kind of investigating this together, yeah. So as you find this berry and you make your way further along the track, kind of almost following it in reverse, you find another berry. This one a little bit further off, not quite nearby, but close enough to deduce that it's probably from this dropped or left by this creature. And as you follow the tracks and you find another berry, you notice that it looks like these berries are almost as if they were dropped heading towards the campsite where you guys had camped that night.
Addo, do you think it is actually him just messing with us on a different level?
I don't think this is messing with us, but if we get to camp, we just stop following the tracks and go forward. And,
No.
you know.
Yeah,
does the tracks lead into the camp, or?
It leads into the camp, and you keep noticing every so often a berry lying here and there. And what you also notice where the berries are dropped, you also see the tiny rodent footprints following along, and the footprints go all the way to your bags and all around your bags, all around the area there.
Well, we're back at the camp.
You find his footprints all over the campsite. It's a bit of a jumble. It's difficult to make out where he's been and what he's done there.
So it's 100% our friend that was leading in the field mice or field rats to come chow our food.
So I at the back of the campsite, then I'll like wave at Emma and say, right, just come here. I want to show you what Addo and I found. Then I'm assuming Emma comes towards us.
Yeah.
Then we just explain to her what we saw. Everything from where the box was up to the campsite. So everything about the berries and what we think is happening and this and that. And so yeah, I think he's playing another heavy prank with us.
Can I say that I'm aware of what Radov told us? I'm aware of him being able to play pranks on us. And then just in a bit of a high elf voice. Maybe if everyone else was a bit nicer to him, he wouldn't have done this in the first place.
Who's everyone else? What did I do? I was just minding my business.
Did anyone else put food out for him?
I just started glowing blue out of nowhere.
Anyway,
Even even the
remember
food
that-
you put out for him, he ended up using against you. I've heard about
Yeah.
this thing called Stockholm syndrome.
the what?
You are free to go.
The most back bonded.
You go ahead. I'll keep putting out food for him. That
Yeah,
might
we
just
don't want to aim to get out of ammunition to lead rodents to us.
Right?
no, but that might just save your tail at the end of the day. So I'll keep doing that as long as I can do it. But
Just, guys, strap your rations that you have left very tight.
While we're missioning, Jacques is going to be looking for any berries that he might think are poisonous.
Alright, so you just
Oh,
Gonna spike this
the
shit.
blueberries aren't poisonous.
He doesn't eat them, he keeps them to lead rodents to us. So yeah,
Good
maybe
idea,
kill the
you would-
rodents.
Kill the rodents for us, basically.
Why would you want to kill them? They're just hungry.
alright,
I couldn't-
okay.
I couldn't dignify that with a response. It's like
I'll say Jacques, roll a survival for me so long as the day progresses. We'll see what happens.
Alright, survival's only +1. Come on, algorithm, give me something good. Nice, that's an 18.
Yeah.
nice.
Alright, so we'll play this out as the day goes along, and you keep an eye out for. I mean, you are actually from this region, so the DC on that roll was slightly lower, so it wouldn't have been difficult for you to find something that you know would be somewhat toxic or poisonous. But we'll get to that in a little bit.
Cool.
Alright. So, as you guys are investigating these tracks and footprints, you notice a blue flash off towards the southeast. A blue spinning creature. Very familiar looking.
I pack up my stuff and start following.
Yes, Ada already had his stuff ready and just walk in that direction.
all right, yeah, I think we'll go that way. While we're walking that way, though, I'll just approach the Jock, and I'll ask him like, "So, Jock, I mean, maybe somebody else asked you, but I don't know. I didn't hear anything. Tell me a bit more about you. I mean, are you from this areas, or where do you hail from?"
None. So I come from the north. I come from a small elven village hidden in one of the Fey forests.
Okay.
I don't like to brag, but my father is well. The official title is the voice of the village.
Okay.
It is essentially is the leader, which is why, ironically, my voice sounds like this. In one of in a rare case of a trial that was commissioned to lead to death, the individual who was a terrible witch. She was guilty of stealing younglings in the night, and I suppose she was trying to cast one final curse. I don't know if she hit me on purpose or if it was one final joke towards my father. But before I knew it, this is what I sounded like, and no one could take that seriously. So my position as the inheritor of the voice would be denied, and I thought that perhaps, seeing as that was the case, I could instead venture the world and try and find a cure or seek honor in the process.
That sounds intense.
Yeah.
Do you know? Is there any? I'm just asking out of ignorance, Jock. I'm not from this realm, so forgive me. Do you know anything about Emma's family? I mean, you guys are both elves. I mean, full elves as far as I can see.
No, I understand the question. We do all look the same, don't we?
To me, but I'm sure I look that my realm looks all the same to you. Don't worry.
No, I'm sure that if there was another, sorry, you are the giant red cat, right?
No, I'm not.
No.
No.
I'm the very pale grey guy.
Okay, sorry. I was getting so confused whose voice belongs to who.
I know.
I am also a white cat wearing red.
Yes, right. So that when you get the blood on you, no one can see the stains.
Ever, right?
No, I do not believe that I have crossed paths with Emma's family. I was relieved to find another elf in these woods. It was a little creepy being alone, but no, I do not believe that we have crossed paths.
So did you?
You said
Where
north.
did you come from? Did you say? Sorry, the north.
To the north, but I exited through the Feywilds, which can be a tricky entrance and exit to pin down. It's more of a feeling than a physical point of reference.
And you did that alone, all by yourself.
You say the north. I heard rumors about a strong artifact in the north. Do you know anything about it?
DM, can I roll a history check?
Yeah, roll a history. Yeah.
Cool, that's +2. Oh, that was so close to an 18. That's a 4.
Oh, Pete's.
There are plenty of powerful artifacts all over the especially in the north, where there are ancient civilizations that once ruled, and also not just normal elven and the normal races civilizations, but also monster civilizations such as orcs, giants, and other such creatures also rule with a lot of power and such. So,
Torgs, do you mind if I make up a bit of a joke artifact that Jacques' father would have owned?
Yeah, go for it.
So Jacques will kind of think for a little while, and you can see he's kind of racking his brain. The only artifacts that I'm aware of was a mirror of scrying that was bequeathed to my house, but it was locked away because while it would allow you to see anyone in the world as long as you knew their name, you would always see them naked.
Oh,
Wow. All right.
because we
So
haven't
you
seen
can
enough
imagine that
of
this
that.
was a cause for some controversy back before we realized its true intent.
Right. That's definitely not what I was thinking about. All right. That's interesting one. Yeah.
If you want to see something naked, just stick with our group.
Funny, Emma. Very funny. Next time somebody can tell me that.
I was wondering, I didn't want to say anything. I thought perhaps it was like a king.
Well, what can I say?
Statement of
In the heat
bravery.
of the battle, I didn't realize what was going on, and
Sorry,
you know.
We definitely saw the heat of the battle going.
Oh no, no. Okay, I can't come back to that. I'm sorry. That was too much.
Now that we have opened the conversation, perhaps you could all tell me about where you come from. You've mentioned different realms, and I've never seen a giant cat person before, so...
I'm sorry, Emma's still laughing her ass off at that. While that's happening, I just look away from her. And then, so yeah, no, it is a different realm. Or another plane, should I say. Just give us a second, yeah, we're not going to be able to talk. Jeffrey destroyed this whole conversation. Yeah. Anyway. Alright, we're going to try again. So, yeah, no, I'm definitely from a different plane. I'm from the Shadow Realm, something you call the Shadow Realm.
Okay, I've heard tale of the Shadow Realm. I understand that the sun does not shine there.
Yeah, no, that's why we're pretty much all grey and miserable.
I should have actually assumed that, right?
Yeah, no, it's a pretty bleak area, but to be more specific, I'm from an area called Netherream, small town of Reem. So yeah, it was. The history is pretty rough, but I'm not gonna dive into that. I don't want to bore you with that story. But
Well,
I'm out here looking. I'm
if
out
we
here
ever
looking
find out,
for.
sorry,
Hey,
carry on.
sorry, you
No,
were
no,
saying?
no, no, carry on. I was
Right.
interrupting. You'll
I'm
say
pretty much out here looking for someone I know. It's she pretty much happens to be my sister. But yeah, we lost contact after a mission went sideways. Yeah, I'm hoping to find her again. Somebody that wasn't part of our group seemed to have some kind of connection towards it, but I don't know if it was her or something else, or there's just too many unanswered questions right now. So yeah, I'm not sure why that's happening. So I'm hoping that our missions take us on the right path at some point. I know she was heading west, but yeah, we obviously diverted a lot due to other stuff. But hopefully one day we'll get there.
we, yeah. Was there more? Sorry.
Yeah, that's it. No, that's great.
Yeah. Shark will kind of like cock his eyebrow, like, we, this, your friends and yourself seem to attract a lot of danger. It's almost as though we have someone contriving it. But tell me more about this mission. Was this a mission here in this realm, or was it a mission that went south in the
Well, no, the mission was there. It wasn't here. The idea was to escape to this side. So I'm pretty much going to talk like for everybody to hear me. I don't know. I mean, I'm talking normally, so if anyone else hears me, it's fine. So what happened? So my sister and I were abandoned pretty much from child. We were raised in an orphanage, and then I had to make a living as in any way possible. So assassinations, robberies, whatever the case was, and that's pretty much what I did. Then one mission didn't pan out quite as well as I thought. I almost died. I dived out of a third-story window to avoid getting killed, and that obviously was kind of ironic because I landed and nearly died in any way. So yeah, this Lord took me in, and yeah, I worked for him for the past, I don't know, I think it was 8 years or something. So yeah, that was the mission. She pretty much took everything that I had on me at the time I was unconscious, and she escaped to this plane. So I don't blame her. That was the idea. She was supposed to do it. So I'm out here now looking for her.
Okay, well, yeah, I do hope that our travels take us in that direction. I'm not naive enough to be able to admit that any good party needs to, or any good group of companions needs someone that can do the dirty work, as it were.
Yeah, no, dirty work was pretty much everything I had to do the whole time.
Okay. Would anyone else like to do a bit of roleplay, or are we keen to move on? The question's still open to whoever wants to maybe discuss where they come from, or...
Yeah.
I think Emma's a bit more willing after the previous few sessions that sorry. We all good?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Sorry. The previous session where we went through the pools of acid.
The fire.
Yeah. The acid pools. Yeah. She almost was
burnt alive.
I think it was 1 or 2.
Elf on a stick.
Elf on a stick, yeah. But in any case, to make it short, Bedrick saved her 3 times. And apparently she felt a bit more. She's never been the elf that the high elf everybody else got the idea or the stereotype of. That's why she is where she is, but she also was saved by Bedrick, I think 3 times the previous session
In that session, yeah.
In that particular session. So she would say that, take a deep breath and say that, you know, she came from a noble family and giving away too much, but saying that her family expected her to act in a certain way, which is maybe not in line with high elf ways. And that subsequently as she went, when she escaped, well, not escaped, but she didn't want to say that she ran away. She's still scared that her brother might come after her.
Oh my brother.
But after she left her community, she went through a few places, met the nearest along the way, whom she treasures. But she'll just end off by saying she's scared to trust anyone because she's scared that her brother or her family might have hired somebody to track her down and bring her back home. And she's got a mission to fulfill, even though she doesn't know what it is at this stage, but she doesn't want to be found. And that's all she'll say.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, you would have fit right in as a ream.
Sorry, DM, is that allowed?
Yeah, no, that's perfect. Well done. That was good.
Yeah.
So Jacques will be listening, and when you mentioned that, she had to leave the family because she didn't want to meet their requirements or their expectations. He definitely feels like a resonation with that. Or he resonates with that rather. So he'll sort of keep listening, and then when the brother is mentioned, you'll see for like a split second, he'll kind of think about it, and then he'll make a nod, like a decision to himself. And then no. So then he'll say, "While we may not be related by blood, we share a lot in common. Should someone come and try to take you back to a place you do not feel that you belong, or a place that you do not want to be, you will have a sword by your side."
I would like to get the sweater off her back. Sorry, my sweater is literally stuck on my back. Get the sweater off her back. Look at Bedrick. Thank him for saving her life like 3 times. Jacques for believing in her, and to the rest of the group, and to say that we've been through shit together, but be assured of my allegiance, and being a woman of few words, shut up.
Alright. I actually forgot, Bedrick, as you woke up this morning, I need you to roll a d4 for me, please.
Alright. I was waiting for this moment. I was wondering when that's going to happen.
I was trying to distract DM.
Yeah, that'll work. 1.
Sure. That's lucky, man, because that's the second one you've rolled.
Exactly.
All
minus
right.
that on my mic.
Yeah, so minus another 1 from your max HP. You feel a jolt of pain when you wake up, Bedrick, in your backside, and kind of spreading this heat, this warm pain kind of going through your body. The area where the infection is feels slightly warm to the touch. You, after a few moments, or a few minutes at least, you become accustomed to the pain.
Okay, this is something that happens, and I don't show it to anybody. I want to keep this as private as possible.
All right. So as you guys are making your way, anything else before we continue?
Sassoon, do you want to talk about your past, or is no role play for you?
Yeah, if somebody asks me, I don't know what. What do you want to know?
As you guys are talking, I'm just running to the bathroom. Sorry, carry on.
Cool. And what about you, Catman? I've never seen someone quite like you, to be honest, and I've definitely not seen
Catman.
someone with wings before.
I love cats.
I obviously don the red, so I'm one of the Lithani mercenaries. As for me being covered in fur, I've just always been like this. The weird guy at the tea guy, he called me Tabaxi. So I guess that. But I'm just Sassoon.
Okay, and where you come from originally, is there more of your kind, or?
I am Sassoon.
Okay.
I guess
Take it
there.
personally. Use a few words.
I guess there are more people who wear red.
This I can be sure of, but it suits you. I don't think they wear it as well.
Okay.
All right, cool. Then I guess when Torgs gets back, we can mission forth.
Yeah. You also asked about the wings.
Yes. Please continue about that.
The Lathani believe that the physical body is but a manifestation that we all portray, and it's not the real you. So we tap into, I guess, find what we really are, and by trusting in this body, I can sort of leave it behind and summon my true form.
That is very interesting. Is the forms the same for every Ishani, or is that particular to you?
No. The only ones I've been known to see, I don't know, because I don't think I would live most of people throwing their forms at me, but I do know that the woman in charge has a panther, and I've gained these wings and elephant arms sort of from a story I heard of of uh, a, a winged elephant fighting alongside the angels in an ancient war, and I've just been, I guess, feeling that.
This is very interesting. Then the fact that is your true form must say something about you, I'm sure. Um, I'm not entirely sure what it might be. As you say, you are Sassoon, but this is interesting.
Okay.
Alright.
Cool. I think we're ready to go. I hope you guys were cool with that. Like with the role player. I hope I didn't like keep you guys waiting.
I don't know. That was actually very nice. I'm glad we put down today.
Hello, do you want to say something, or you happy?
Yeah, I'll just say I come from a land down under.
No.
No, I come from an island called Lantern, Artificer Island, and I'm just out here to explore and find new and interesting materials. Yeah, it's not much to it. There's a bit deeper backstory, but we can speak about that on a later set. I think now we can head forward.
I look
Head
forward to
for?
the conversation. I'm very
Oh.
interested to learn what an island of artificers might look like. But let us press forth.
Alright. So, what is your marching order? If you can just place that on the screen for me, please.
Do we know where Sprinkles is at this stage?
So So who's taking lead? And so as you guys making your way further, following the blue flash.
Sorry, DM. Emma had
Yeah.
a question about Sparkles. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Do we know where he is? This
Yeah, as you had noticed, or Sassoon had noticed the blue flash of Sprinkles to the southeast, kind of going in circles, almost impatient, like making himself quite visible.
I'll be at the back. Watching water.
Yeah. So at this point, heading southeast, it looks like you're approaching the Neverwinter Wood. Starting to make your way in that direction. It's still pretty open at this point. There's still sparse trees, but as you kind of start approaching the wood, it does tend to get a little thicker with thicker clumps of brush and larger trees. All right, so is that your marching order for the moment? Who's taking lead?
Well, if I'm watching normally, I'll be at the back. That's fine. But if we're going to stop somewhere, then...
All right, Bedrick behind, and Jacques and Sassoon in the lead. Emma with Daenerys. All right.
Slightly behind, like second in line. Yeah.
We're going that way.
That away.
That away. All right, perfect. Yeah, we'll just pretend that way is like a southeasterly direction. All right, Sassoon and I'm assuming Jacques, since you're also somewhat ahead, you guys can both roll a perception check for me, please, as you make your way.
Cool.
11.
Oh, thank God. That's an 18.
Yeah, okay. So between the two of you, you manage to keep track of Sprinkle's movement. Again, at least here it's open, so it's not too difficult to lose track of him. Now and then you lose sight, but you manage to find him again as he waits for you to catch up. And then he moves along. Going through this open grassland, you do come across quite a few interesting animals. A couple of deer that are far off in the distance. You can just make out the silhouettes. And a larger creature that somewhat rarer that some of you might not have seen. Jacques, you might have come across one during your travels here in the north. A woolly rhino looks like it's busy making its way almost parallel to you. And you guys do recognize this creature. You've obviously all heard tales of it. It is a very rare beast, as it's so not too close to you. It looks like it's almost making a bit of an arc around you, but slowly making its way northward. You also just make out the usual sound of birds and other creatures about, but nothing dangerous. Luckily, it seems to be a rather well, besides the rhino. I mean, those things from tales tell that they are pretty dangerous and also very much prized for their leather and their horn, as usual.
Ada, you wanted to tan leather.
No.
boy.
That
Oh, boy.
This species, my
Adon
friend.
takes out his axe.
No, fucking no. I'll take out my bow.
Okay. Maybe we should let this one go. Emma, just
Why?
don't feed it. Emma, just don't feed this animal now. That's something I had.
I don't know. Have you ever punched a rhino?
Excellent question.
Does anyone have beast speech or talk to animals?
No,
No,
not
they
me.
don't just.
Dead animals can't speak.
Oh, Adon, buddy, no, don't, don't do that, my friend.
All right.
Daenerys
it's
can probably disguise herself as a rhino, and then.
So is this a no-go, guys?
It's not.
I don't know.
bothering
What did you do with the other leather?
We made a cut for
What's
for-
it name? Calter.
Kelter.
Oh.
I think I still have a piece left though.
Does anybody else need coat?
Well, does anyone else need a new bag, perhaps? Because everyone's bag's been nibbled through.
I don't think rats can nibble through rhinos, so maybe.
Oh,
Whoa! This conversation's taking off very fast.
and you know what? Patrick liked taunting a horn during battle, so maybe we can give that to him.
What are you talking? What battle? About?
You were naked for a very long time, my friend.
Don't you feel like you need to show your horn to him as well?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to be very modest right now, and I'll say, well, if I show him that horn, he might run away.
Okay, no, so
Fine. He is probably dying per second, so we shouldn't dilly-dally.
Right, exactly.
yeah.
Before he gets very, very strong and I'm gonna get jealous.
You see, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so we just quietly walk by, trying to.
It's a fair distance off. I mean, it's quite a large creature, so it's easy enough to make out. It wouldn't take too long to. I mean, if you moved fast enough, you could catch up. Although it is moving at a fair pace.
Are they tame animals?
It's just a single one. Roll if you want to determine. Roll a nature check for me.
Just to see if I know anything about them.
Yeah.
21.
Sure. Yeah. No, you've read quite a bit about it since you do study like different materials and such like that. You do know that this is a rhinoceros or a woolly rhinoceros that's only found here in the north. And again, it's only a very rare creature. Only it's been hunted basically to extinction. Only a few have been spotted from your tales or the books you've read, and you do know from your studies that it travels north during the springtime, or just before spring, full on spring comes to colder climes. And you also know a short from that role. You know a little saying, if I can remember it. Hang on. Sorry, hang on.
Kill the rhino. Kill the rhino.
Does anyone have a good
It's not that saying, my friend.
It's something if a rhino runs north, make for. Okay, well, we'll just say you can't quite recall, but it basically meaning that if a rhino is running north, it means a storm is coming, a spring storm.
All right.
So, although the day looks clear, you're not sure if it's true or not, but you recall a saying that if a rhino is running north, it means that quite a large storm is on its way. You do know that the meat is also very prized. The horn is used in all types of different.
Don't tell him these things. Don't say
and it's obviously it's got a lot of fur and stuff like. Well, I mean, the book that Ada would have read would have been about the uses, really, and.
Does anyone
have
high animal handling?
I think
their stats.
I think Emma might have. I'm not sure.
No.
Check.
Yeah. You also know they prefer like flatter terrain and open areas.
+3. +3 on animal handling.
Okay, that's better than mine at +1. Anyone have any higher?
I've got a -1, so yeah, never mind. I'll be pretty much useless against this.
Why do you want to animal handle? Are you looking for a war horse?
We could tame it.
Yeah. And Ada, you also know because it's I mean.
True.
You know that woolly rhinoceros or rhinoceroses in generally travel by themselves. So even though it is a rare creature, it's not by itself. It's not like a single one, perhaps just because there aren't many of them. It's by itself because that's just also how it naturally is found in the wild.
So,
Okay.
can we put 3 options on the table? There's either kill it, which
It's not an option.
not an option in Jacques' mind as well. Like Jason thinks it could be interesting, but Jacques would be against it. Or we try and tame it. Or we
No,
leave
if
it.
if we're not going there to kill it, we're walking past it.
Yes, yeah, no, your options are very bright there.
No,
Half
yeah,
our
I
rations
understand.
have been taken, and there's like a ton of meat right there.
Oh, right,
There's
time meat.
an amount of meat over there.
So to prevent from Emma ripping her face off and breaking it up into tiny little confetti, let's just move on and leave the scoocher be.
Okay,
Who wants to go? I'm
I know
ready.
what you want to say. Don't say it. I know you have a smart one-liner, but don't put it out there.
Fine, I keep walking.
There we go.
we keep walking.
Doing what
But I
boring
do
people do.
I do let the group know that there's a high chance of a summer storm coming. So keep a lookout for a nice cave or a decent campsite. Open campsite won't do. We'll need cover.
So can you tell if it's like a storm that contains creatures, or are we just talking of a normal storm now?
No, if you want that, I will need the liver of this beast, and I need to spread it, and then I'll pray to the gods, and they'll tell us.
Okay, let's go get it.
I think so. I think we should, just to know if this is gonna be a big storm.
I start walking.
No, I'm joking. I think we should just try see if we can find a cave.
You lied to me?
It was a joke. Do you know jokes?
Alright, so you guys make your way further towards the woods, looking rather dark and ominous compared to the bright grasslands behind you. As you...
Sorry,
Yeah?
sorry, Tetsu.
Yeah.
So we are on our way to Crackmore Castle now. Or rather, let's say we don't know. We are following the Sparky Malarkey. And where is it now? I lost it. I just want to know how far are we from the town?
From Fanlin.
From Fanlin.
Well, that's the roll you try to make to determine where you are
Oh,
exactly.
that was the roll. Okay.
Yeah, to kind of figure out.
Do we know how far Cragmore Castle is from Fandolin?
Well, it's on the map, so hang on, let me quickly pull it
Oh,
up.
I'm looking on the wrong map here.
Alright. So you would technically know how far it is from Fandolin. It's about 25 miles from Fandolin.
Okay.
So 25 miles, that's...
that's quite a while.
Yeah, so that's about a day and a little bit worth of travel. You could get there within a day with 25 if you're going at a fast pace.
Yeah, no, I think we're 100% going to Cragmore Castle. So the rhino is almost heading in the opposite direction than us.
Yeah, it's heading north.
No, we're heading not straight south, maybe.
Yeah, you guys are going southeast at this moment. You were for most
Southeast,
of the
yes.
previous day you were heading south. Or well, I mean you only started around about noon probably, so today you heading more
Now
south.
we turned into the forest. Whereas Fanlin is the closest. I was just thinking if this is a hectic storm, but if it's that far, we should just, from the moment we enter the forest, we look for a good place.
Yeah, I think that should become a top priority as well.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we
Just,
want to get caught in a storm
No.
that could bring out the nasties.
What we could do is completely take over Cragmore Castle and then just spend the storm in Cragmore Castle.
If we
Yeah,
can't
well,
control the
we'll
storm,
still
yeah.
have to check how much baddies there is at Cragmore Castle before we can.
Yeah, and find Cragmore Castle firstly.
Yes. So I think we just continue walking. The
And
same marching
I would
order.
like to
Let's-
submit a grievance against DM for rhinos. Rhinos?
For rhinos. I just, the rhino was there. I didn't put him there.
You, you,
Nah.
let me elaborate a little bit. Not Emma, but the actual person has a history of anti-poaching for rhinos, so it's a very sensitive topic.
Alright. No, that's understandable, but
No.
just remember, this is just fantasy. I mean, it's not real, and I mean, we all understand animal conservation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously, if there's a line, obviously, if I understand that if you're uncomfortable with something, you must let me know. And there's obviously a line that I don't want to have to cross if you're uncomfortable with it.
I mean,
but also
let's
understand
not
that.
forget this is RP.
Exactly.
So
I mean, this
Yeah.
this
is
is RP.
Yeah.
Right.
it's a
So
pure
yeah.
fantasy.
Yeah, so just also remember that with like we can't not have. I suppose you could, but I mean the thing is like this realm or this world is wild, and there are people do hunt for sustenance and nourishment and for. I know it's not a nice thing. I mean, I don't like human beings necessarily because we do kill everything that we touch. But in the sense of this particular world. I mean, people use animal. I mean, the stuff your character was probably wearing is made from animal and leather and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. But if there is a line that you feel like I'm crossing a little bit, just shout out and let me know.
Not at all.
Yeah. But I obviously we don't want you to feel uncomfortable. So.
No, not the case. No, we understand it's a fantasy game. It's not like
Just remember that.
Just kidding around.
Yeah, we all understand conservation. I know. I mean, it's not in the real sense of it. So, yeah. All right. Anything else from anyone before we continue?
Still looking for poisonous berries as we.
Yeah. I was gonna get to that now.
Haven't started, man. Fuck these rats. We're taking them out.
All right.
First sensible thing is since we left.
Yeah, you're all pretty high. You're all and
It was an 18, I think.
yeah. No, that's cool. All right. So you do find walking around, you find a flower that you recognize. You can call it what you'd like, but you know that the root of this flower has a poisonous effect. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a call coming through. Just give me 2 seconds. It's just Renee's dad. Let me just quickly hand him my phone. Hang on.
I knew the rhino was gonna be a touchy subject, so I was quite deliberate.
No worries.
I was quite deliberate on that. Sorry.
No, that was meant to be like funny and interactive, obviously. So it's not a problem.
No rhinos were harmed in the making of the.
Right?
Yeah.
Under the lights. Of course, say the same thing for elves, though, wood elves, but at least the rhinos.
All right. Yeah, I mean it's funny because no one bats an eyelid when an elf gets slaughtered, but.
Right?
Get slaughtered, head rolled to you.
All we can do is, take out the dead goblin out of the backpack and just throw him to the side and like, fuck it. Next.
Was it a goblin?
You literally
Oh, it was a noble.
That was fine.
Yeah, it was a kobold.
Cobalt,
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 yeah.
cobalt. Why did I say no? Like 9.
Or-
Oh, whatever.
Or one of those monkey things. But I think it was
Oh.
one of the kobolds.
It was a cobalt. It was definitely was a cobalt.
Yeah.
And we didn't mind. But a
Alright.
rhino.
We literally suffocated creatures to death, but yeah.
But then also the kobolds were working for the dwarf spider monkey.
They were attacking us, you know, that was a different story.
All right.
I know it is smart ass.
Did you try switching it off and on again?
You're right.
Dietrich, what happens when somebody touches you when you use the shadow step? Do you sort of just like shadow step out of their grasp, or can you take them with you?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. DM, do you know the answer to that? Do I know the answer to that?
No, it's not so high level. You can only shadow step yourself or misty step.
Okay, so I will just disappear out of the group, basically.
Yeah.
If
Well,
If
I
I
should
put
actually
you
have
in
said
the-
that. You'll have to find out. You're not sure.
I won't.
But yeah,
Like,
but
that's
no,
good
it's
action.
okay. I mean, when you spend enough time with an object, you figure its properties are almost like imparted to you. So you do spending enough time with it, you do know the capabilities of the object.
Alright.
Yeah.
So if I have you in a headlock, you can just disappear and show up 30 feet.
Why would you want me in a headlock?
I'm just thinking.
You're thinking very strange thoughts, my friend.
if I put you in the goodie bag,
I know goodie
can
bag.
you can you step out of it?
What?
Will you be able to? Like what happens
I
then?
think we should test this.
What's happening here? Why are you guys going up
What-
on me?
what
I don't
happened
understand.
when
What's
you
going on
tried-
here?
Let's
what's
not be
going on
about to go
What-
through a storm looking
what-
for a
Meeting me
cave.
naked wasn't bad enough. You have to now.
What happens when
me
you
in the
shadow
bag
step in
and
an
fuck me.
extra dimensional space?
That would be fantastic. Maybe we can teleport like that then.
Maybe we can all go back to
I turned
to the grey world you come from.
I turned
if-
to Jock and Emma and Daenerys and I say, "Can you believe these two?" And I spent the most time with these two.
He does seem to like the idea of putting you in danger quite often.
I'm getting the feeling that too. I don't understand where that come from. You know, after everything
Well,
I've been through.
Daenerys is on our side.
He left me naked. Don't speak for Daenerys.
I was just thinking in ways that the belt could be used if you ever are captured or whatever, and you can just teleport. But
Well-
if you took the guy with you, then it doesn't help.
But then there's no way of testing that by putting me in a headlock or shoving me in a magical bag where I'm gonna be lost into another
There's
realm.
no way of knowing what will happen without trying.
Literally no way.
I'm gonna die when the moment comes. I'm not gonna try now.
That's a risk I'm willing to take. Obviously, we're having this conversation while we're walking.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, no, yeah, obviously.
And by the way, if we carry on like this, I think Emma's gonna pass out from laughing, so we should stop sometime soon.
Right, so I have the magical steely scarf that sort of gives me extra protection or extra attack if I bind it to my hands, and my sword, and then you have the shadow belt and those sneaky shoes.
The shoes?
Yes,
Yeah.
sticky shoes. Well,
Haven't you noticed that when he's walking, you can't hear him anymore?
yeah, I've got those very strange, magical. I don't say, almost magical boots. That allow me to be
Yeah,
very
that-
stealthy, extra stealthy, should I say?
Extra
And-
stealthy.
Oh.
Nice.
And
Maybe should
and Obram has a boomerang axe, the bag of goodies,
Back off.
and
My other...
oh wait, did you make Roger last night?
No, should have made Roger last night. Why didn't we make Because the previous long rest, I was watching my armor.
You're watching your armor doing your rest.
Yeah, man, long rest. You know how that works.
So sorry to interrupt. Does teleport require you to see where you're teleporting?
No, this isn't
Apparently-
teleport. This is a Misty Step.
That's how that was.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So I've found that if you can see where you're misty stepping, you can misty step out of the bag of holding. Depending on the DM, if you're in the bag of holding, if you see nothing but a void, you can't do it because you need to see where you're going. But if you see like a room where all your items are, then you can misty step
but-
into that.
But if,
Oh.
do I see it in my mind, or do I have to physically see it?
You
If
have
it
to
says
physically set up
yeah,
a-
if it says see, it means physically see.
Well, it doesn't help because I'm back in the bag again, and I don't want to be in the bag.
It's only 10 minutes, don't worry.
No, that's what we said about the last guy, and he died in there. So no, it's not gonna happen.
I mean, you won't be in there for long either way. We take you out or you die.
Well, you take me out or I die. Oh, since those are the
Yeah, that's-
options, I'll just say no.
10 minutes, my man. Yes.
Yeah. Again, the last guy also thought it was 10 minutes. And guess what happened to him?
Okay, but did you end up making Roger last night or not?
DM?
No, you have to stipulate. It's late now.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
I'll remind you that you have to make your loyal companion.
Yeah, well, I know I can technically make it in a long rest in some hole in the ground in a field, but it doesn't feel right. It feels like I have to make it. I have to have a bench. I have to, spend time physically in a in a workshop or something to make it.
Well, I'll say if you have
That's
the
how-
materials, I'll say if you have the materials, and if you have, we'll say like advanced tools that you carry with you. I mean, I'm quite sure you could probably fit like an anvil or something in your bag of holding, and maybe even a mini kiln.
Yeah, like I wouldn't even maybe need a kiln and an anvil. Maybe for future reference, when we get to a workshop with a anvil and a kiln and all that stuff, I make a bunch of spare parts, so that if we lose him, just the next long rest is like a screwdriver type of job, just making up a new one.
Yeah, I like that idea of like, if he's like pulled to shreds, you can still collect the scrap, and then just either replace parts that are beyond repair, or repair the parts that have been damaged, or so on. So yeah, I'm happy with that. That sounds pretty cool.
Yes. Okay.
It's more flavor, I feel, yeah. But I mean,
So
I would say, perhaps you did collect the rest of his bits. So if you would like to, for the next day, it's up to you to create another Roger.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take that opportunity.
I'll just
But
say because I
to-
mean we haven't really fleshed it out that much. So.
well, he was inside fire.
Yeah. And I think my point also just being, if you knew that was what would have been the case, that you'd need
Yes,
his parts, you would have gone and taken it. So
that is true, yeah. That is true.
yeah. But you forgetting the previous night to work on him, I mean, that's you.
Yeah, no, that is. I think I was so in the headspace now. I need a workshop to even consider.
Well, we can also still say that maybe you have the parts, but you still need the right equipment to have with you to do the repairs, perhaps. But we can get to that at the next long rest, then we can debate that and we'll discuss it a bit more.
Okay.
So we don't have to worry about it now. Alright, so Jacques, I just realized that I need you. Okay, you do find this flower that you think you recognize, but I need you to roll a nature check for me to see if you do recognize it or not.
Come on, be something good. Damn it, that's a 7.
You think you know this plant. It looks it looks familiar to you, and you think that the root might have some sort of poison property to it. I need you to roll a d6 for me, please, as well, and then just add your wisdom modifier for me, please.
Alright. Set that up. D6. Okay, cool. That's a 4 plus wisdom is +1, so that's a 5.
Nice. Okay, so you find 5 of these flowers, and they're like little, almost like daisy type things that have a very tiny root system. So you find 5 of these flowers plus roots. Then I'd like you to roll a. Hang on. Roll a d20 for me, please.
Sure. D20. That is a 13.
All right, perfect. Okay. All right, just add white flour, or bright white flour, small bright white flour. Oh, 5 times small bright white flowers rolled 13. Just add that.
Okay. Let me do this.
That you think may be poisonous.
All right. I'll tuck them away for now, and I'll be. Do I need to roll to be careful to like actually get the roots, or I've got them now?
No, you pick. It's not difficult to pick up this flower. It's quite easy, and when you pull it out by the stem, you get the root with it pretty easily.
Okay, dope. Just finishing up here. Rolled 13. Okay, he'll tuck it away, and then he'll kind of think of a use for it the next time we can.
All right. So, as you all make your way, Jacques, you see stopping. You just notice him picking some flowers. Hang on, let me just also just make a note. Okay. So you guys make your way into the dark forest. There's light that does reach the bottom, but it is very dense. This is a very ancient forest with large trees. Before you were kind of heading along the edge of it, now you're actually entering it. And it is very ominous looking inside. You can feel the oldness. It's almost like Fangorn Forest from Lord of the Rings. And you hear all manner of cries and screeches and what you would assume would mostly probably be animals. It's difficult to kind of make out, but this forest is still definitely very much alive, even though it may be ancient. As you guys making your way, this time Sprinkle's waiting a little bit longer for you to see, because I mean you don't have a straight line of sight, and very 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 infrequently do you ever have a straight line of sight.
Would it be considered dim light?
No, no, not dim light. Although it is dark, you're still able to make out.
So it will go to dim light quicker when the sun sets than it would normally.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you'll have to wait and see. But you deduce as much. Yeah.
Okay.
But you make your way. There's a lot of this ancient kind of decaying leafy smell, along with every so often now and then you see like a bit of, like, the deeper in you go, this doesn't happen in the beginning, but as you guys head in for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, but still busy walking, you start to just almost like at the corner of your eyes, you glimpse like perhaps you're not sure what it is, but it looks like it might be some sort of a light or something. Like and as you look, it's not there. It's kind of weird. It's a bit of like, you're not sure if it's the light coming through from the trees or not. But it doesn't. Yeah, it's a bit freaky-ish. This forest plays a bit of mind tricks on you. It's kind of difficult to keep track of where you're going, because you're constantly being distracted by other sounds or thinking you're seeing something out of the corner of your eye. Sorry, I just need to take a sip of water. Oh, jeez. Anyway, eventually, you guys make your way through without too much incident happening. Sprinkles leading the way, looking quite confident in the direction he's taking you in. You get to a point where you start to notice, not necessarily civilization, but probably some sort of thinking creature must be about. You see trees that have been chopped, and this is all based off the perception rolls that you've made. You notice trees that have been chopped down, and paths that have been made, and not animal paths. If you look closely, you can tell that these are paths made by creatures wearing, or two-legged creatures wearing boots. You sense that you're getting close to where you want to be. And as you're going as well, the forest isn't flat. You're going kind of up and down ridges through tight ravines where you have these rock faces with just trees coming out of them like this. And in these like ravines, it's very dark. Like you can still see obviously during the day, but you can tell that if even if it was cloudy or something, you'd probably be near dim light. And it's all manner of up and down type of terrain, and you get to this bit of like a hill point. You feel it climb, following one of these paths. It seems like Sprinkles is kind of zigzagging his way, not completely sticking to that path in case something might be on it or patrolling it. You see him kind of now being a little more cautious, not as energetic. You see him slow down a little bit almost, a lot more alert. And you start climbing this bit of a slope, and as you crest the top and you look down, you see what appears to be quite a steep drop into what looks to be, and you can't quite see what's in there, but it looks like there's a clearing. You can just see that there aren't any trees around this particular point, but you can't actually see, like it's like looking at an angle where you can't see into something. You can see like there are missing trees there, but you can't quite see what's happening in there. And then further back, you see it's almost like another type of a hill, but this looks like it's more man-made kind of structure. It looks more purposely made, more square-like, almost. So you have, and then in the middle of the square kind of hill is this old-looking, run-down castle. Hang on, let me see it.
Nice, good to see it.
Yeah, so you see this old dilapidated structure, choked in all kinds of vines and brush. It's kind of just sitting there on the top of the steep hill. You see stone towers that are partially collapsed. You also see most of the roof of the structure is gone. And it's about all you can make out from this distance. It's you don't necessarily see anything. Again, there's a lot of trees that are kind of obstructing your field of view of this castle and of the clearing that's in front. But it looks like when you're looking down as well, you see the path kind of going. A couple of the trees also missing. You can almost see that it follows this particular path to the clearing, and then another path going closer to the castle. And you also do see smoke rising out of the castle and from the clearing itself. Also, I forgot to mention, so it drops down. You guys are standing on this hill. I'm just trying to picture it in my mind. You're standing on this hill. It drops down, and it's a bit of like a ravine type thing. Not a ravine, like a saddleback. So it's like saddle, where the kind of opening is, and then it rises up again into that other kind of hill type thing where the castle sits on top of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any idea? Sorry?
Right, do you think we reached our Evermore Castle?
You
Where's...
yeah. You see Sprinkles kind of give a couple of turns. He's not. He's closer now than he's previously been to you. Probably 60 feet away. And you can see him now. He's not giving off his blue light, but he's giving a couple of turns and zigzags, kind of looking like he's about to leave and make his way.
Okay, so I think it's safe to assume that we reached our destination.
I think that is true.
And with those words, you see him dart off right past all of you, giving a last little chuckle as he leaves, and as he chases off into the forest.
You little bastard.
Right?
Do you want to give him some berries or something just before he goes, Emma?
Oh, yeah, Emma says yes. Yeah, she's in the other room, but yeah, she says yes. Suppose she's a handful of berries and just down for him to pick up on the way out.
Does he see it? Does he take it?
Well, roll a perception check. See if you notice anything.
Marshall, Emma or...
I guess Emma will just go and put it down there and like feed him like she always did.
Emma rolled an 11 perception, so...
Alright.
No.
Yeah, she doesn't. She puts the berries down and waits a few seconds, but she doesn't notice anything. She's lost sight of him and can't see him.
Okay.
The berries are still there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You text him back.
Yeah. Left me on red.
Right.
So should we try to scout it a little bit, see how many goblins or what we are dealing with, and then
Can stop closer and then go check and then come back to you guys.
I wouldn't want you to go alone.
Okay.
Maybe go with Session. Jock, how's your stealthing?
Not great. Well, +3.
+3.
Yeah.
I like that. That's amazing.
Okay. All right. Then pretty good.
That's cute. That's 7 with advantage. So I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, this is let's not measure as
Right.
maybe put that thing away.
Don't start with that jokes again, please. We should just stop laughing now.
Yeah, so are you up for it, Sassoon?
Yeah, sure.
Session29 will take it.
Maybe also the heavy armor staying back.
Yeah.
And then you three maybe just at least in the clearing there's some smoke, so I guess that would be like an outpost camp.
Yeah.
And then
Literally
Okay,
great to
so
do
I
some
think
recon and then just come back again. That's all.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you get caught or whatever, just prevent them from running to the castle, because obviously that's where we don't want any news of.
We've
If I
just
get caught-
established that that Beatrice can't get caught.
You can't get caught.
Yes, because if he gets caught, he can just miss the step.
That, yeah, so I'll get away from
Unless-
them.
Unless they blindfold him.
Unless you can't see.
Let's not give him ideas.
Should we maybe heal? Is that his max health now because of the rot?
That's pretty much what's happening. It's dropping every time.
Okay, so you can't go higher than 22.
20. No, I think it's on 27 right now, isn't it?
26.
27 on my D&D Beyond.
Oh,
if you
can you
want,
just update roll 20 then, please?
roll 20.
Okay, my max health on roll 20. How do I do that?
You can just edit the thing if you'd like double. If you go to this the wheel, I think.
Okay, there we go. No, I got it. There we go. Got it. Well, no, I don't think I can't see. The screen is very small. It says now 27 out of 26. I don't know how to. How do I get to the maximum health?
Is there a way?
You
Is there a way for?
you go into settings, and then the second one is on the bar is the max, and then the first one is the. So if you click on your character, there'll 2 circles pop up, and then you.
Oh, I see now.
Yeah, they're at the bottom. Yeah, click on that
All right,
wheel.
got it. Awesome. And then save settings. There we go. Cool. Done. Sorted.
Is there a way that we can see each other's health on D&D Beyond?
I think you'd have to access the character sheets, and then you'll be able to see them.
Because we can't see it even though we're in the
Share
in
them
the
with
same
each other,
campaign.
basically. I'm not sure. DM, is there any way of doing that?
I'll have to go to the individual character.
I think
No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's updated on Roll20. It's fine.
just updates on both. So if you guys take hits, first update I suppose on Roll20 because that's where you're looking, and then after your turn just update your D&D.
Oh, fair enough. No, fair enough.
Yeah.
So soon and I will go then. Do some recon, then come back to you guys.
Yeah, Jar can go with you.
Yeah, I'll come with.
Okay.
Sneak on through. Let's do some Mission Impossible shit.
As Admiral tune.
All right. So what are the rest of you doing whilst the others are going ahead? Are you staying up on this hill?
Yeah, we're staying up on this hill. Maybe scan the tree line for incoming scout parties or whatever. But we are currently on the road still, so I think we just move like, let's say 40 to 50 feet just into the brush. Get a space to hide.
Yeah. Makes sense,
Get
yeah.
us.
Alright. Don't know if you guys can see what I'm holding up.
Hang on a second, I'm not on the Discord. Hang on a second. Okay, hang on a second.
What is the top?
Alright, so this is the
Eric
hill.
Cube.
So yeah, this is where you guys are on this hill that you kind of just crested now. And you notice it's like a path going down, and then there's a bit of a clearing over here.
What?
And then it increases in elevation again, and the castle's over there. So it's a bit of, like I said, like a saddleback
Right.
mountain type thing. So you have this kind of a bit of a ridge with it, where there's like dense forest before the clearing, and then there's this incline that comes in over here. So just to give a bit of a better view of what that looks like. I don't know if you can see it, but anyway.
No, we get that here now.
Alright.
Yeah. So yeah, me and Emma and Daenerys just go off into the brush.
Alright, roll a stealth check for me as you guys move off into the bush there.
Do we have to roll stealth if we move into the bush?
Yeah, well, I'm assuming you want to be like stealth, like hide and get off the trail.
Yeah,
While still being able to view the scenery and stuff.
Yeah, so yeah, okay, can be a stealth. It's fine.
Well, what would you say you need to?
Like a hide, but I understand.
Well, stealth is technically hiding.
Because it's more about like where I'm at rather than how I got there. But I guess that is stealth as well. Stealth is not necessarily only applicable to.
I'm gonna roll the 13.
Oh.
All right.
No, I agree with that.
You don't have disadvantage. Today's the last day for you, Adar. On
Yes.
I
Today's the
rolled
last
a
one.
natural 20.
sure.
Nice.
Okay.
Jacques got a 19.
Nice.
I'm just rolling mine. Hang on a second. Okay, that's the first one. 15.
Hey, even me, man.
20. But not natural. Dirty 20.
All right. No, that's that's cool.
And
And
17.
then, all right. So, team stealth. That's Jacques, Sassoon, and Beatrick.
Okay, just roll for Anel, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna roll 2 d20s and then +1. 9.
Okay.
Oh, not too bad, I mean.
And Emma rolled a 13. What did Emma roll? Who are we missing here? Ada, what did you roll?
17.
Okay, cool. All right, so the stay behind group. I don't know if you want to give yourselves like group names or something, but the stay behind group, you make your way off into the brush to take cover, but also to keep a lookout on the situation down at the bottom. As Team Stealth make their way forward, kind of just skirting along the edge of the path. It's a bit difficult because of the steep edges of this kind of region here, but you make your way quite stealthily along the edge of the path, still sticking quite close by it. Anything you'd like to do as you make your way forward?
Nothing more than just keep our eyes open, I suppose.
Yeah,
Alright.
be on like extra lookout.
Yeah.
Alright, so whoever's just put yourselves in order there on roll 20, just who's taking lead. It's gonna be a single file march. You won't be able to walk next to each other because of the steepness of the embankments along the path. It's a little bit difficult to make your way next to each other. Alright, so soon in the lead, I'd like you to roll a perception for me, please.
I can do that.
I cannot do that.
15.
Alright. So as you make your way forward, Sassoon, the rest of the party following behind you, you make out and you start to approach the clearing. Even before you get there, you make out the sound of chatter. So let's see. Do you don't speak Goblin, do you? Do any of you speak Goblin?
No, I don't.
No, not me. No.
No.
Okay, so you just hear this unintelligible. Is that the word? Anyway, a chatter going on about up ahead in where you assume is the direction of the clearing. This. And all this kind of constant. It sounds like there's a fair number of. You'd recognize it as goblinoid, so probably goblins up ahead. And you hear the clinking of, or not clinking. You hear the banging of wood, and the sound of what appear to be perhaps hammers hitting metal. It's a little distorted. And you also have the scent now of something cooking, or at least have been cooked. It smells like smoke mixed with. It smells like pretty decent food.
Is this all stuff we can only hear and smell, or we can only see how many goblins?
No, you can't see at this point. This is as you approaching the.
Hear and smell, basically.
Yeah, hear and smell. You approach the edge of the forest, blending into the shadows. As you peer through, you see. I think let's take a break there, if that's okay. I just need to go pee before we get into this. So
Sure,
let's
thank
take
you.
like 10 minutes, if that's okay with everybody. I mean, I don't know if anyone's got work or anything tomorrow, but I mean, I'm happy to continue for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm keen to go a bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta find out what's cracking.
Okay. All right, so let's take like about a 10 minutes. We reconvene at say 20 past. To 20 past for 25 past. All right.
Cool.
Okay.
Sweet, yellow.
The others, I'll tell them more or less 10 enemies, at least 3 are hobgoblins, and they're all in that clearing, and from the clearing you can't really see the castle. We can move around it if we are a little bit dexterous, but yeah, it's I think we first try and kidnap or get somebody in this bottom one, find out more, find out if they do have the dwarf.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they have, is there among them some higher ranking
I
goblin that
would say the 3 hobgoblins
is there
are
three
different
hobgoblins?
are definitely pushing around
Two.
the smaller guys.
Well, you only saw 2.
Did we notice any barrels of ale or drinks or anything like that while we
There were
were
plenty of barrels all around, yeah. And
Okay.
you did hear the sound of mugs being like slammed onto tables and
Good.
yeah.
How do you feel like murdering a little bit, Beardre?
Oh well, that's my right up my alley, eh?
No. Because I've got possible poisonous roots.
Okay.
We could probably grind that up and spike some of the drinks, hopefully cause a bit of like a distraction within the ranks, and then that would at least make either sneaking or fighting a bit easier.
Ah, that can work. We could even poison some arrow tips and then
Yeah, that could be cool
in the
as well.
distance. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so if we take shelter tonight, part of the long rest will be Jacques fixing up, grinding up that stuff, and see what it does.
Cool.
All right.
We
So
also do
you
have the element of surprise if we are going at night,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
I'm not really wounded
Well,
or anything.
short rest then do just to prepare the stuff.
Yeah, how long do you run a short rest for, Talks?
That's an hour usually, yeah.
An hour. Okay. So if we took a short rest now, it would probably be sundown, if not close to it by that time, and then we could make a move in the darkness.
Yeah, well, the
That's
sun
fair,
is
that's
practically
fair.
setting. Within about 15 minutes, it's probably going to be dark.
Okay, cool. So probably about an hour they'll get jolly, and
Perfect.
then
Yeah.
cool. If you guys are cool with that,
Sounds good.
dope.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Could Jacques fix up the poison during the short rest if he didn't take the rest himself?
Yeah, no, you don't have to take the rest. Those of
Cool.
you who would like to are welcome to, and then those of you who would like to do other things can do so. Then yeah, that's fine. All right, so are you guys going to look for a like you? It's a little bit of exposed up on that hill where you are. You do notice a few paths crisscrossing, making their way towards the castle from that direction. Are you going to stay where you are? Or are you going to look for a bit more of a clear, a safer place to rest?
Should probably look for a safer place, right? Or
I think if we are spotted, then we lose the element of surprise.
yeah. Yeah, maybe let's just like get off the hill, and see what we can find within our
We can actually
obviously.
move maybe a little bit closer since the trees are pretty long.
Yeah, this is true as well.
Fair enough.
Cool. So we're moving up to the tree line then.
Yeah.
All right. Dope. Obviously, I like positioning ourselves behind the trees, away from. Maybe we should. I guess you don't want to really be under a tree though during a storm. Climbing a tree would be a better idea, but getting zapped by lightning doesn't sound like fun.
Oh, I forgot about the storm. Are we all moving together now, right?
Yeah, we should be.
Well, we're not gonna split up in 2 flanking groups, or might do that later.
If we're not sneaking, I think we can move as a group. But if we find ourselves in a position where we need to sneak, splitting into 2 groups is probably be a good idea.
Okay. Okay.
Cool.
Alright, so
Alright,
you guys
then
make your
we
way
do
off.
that.
Alright, to find a safe place to rest. Roll up who I'm assuming Jacques, you're gonna lead this. You can just place just roll a perception check for me to look for somewhere. Sheltered.
Okay. Come on, give me something good. No. That's a nat 1, adding up to 4.
Oh my word.
Suddenly, night blind.
The
Yeah,
worst rule possible.
yeah, it's getting dark and it's really difficult to see where exactly would be the best place to hide. You find a spot that's covered by a couple of trees, and you feel, or at least think that it is safe. It's kind of just down the slope, not too far from the hill that you climbed, just on the other side, into the trees. And there's this thick brush, and it's kind of like a little bit open, and then surrounded by these trees and brush, and you all kind of huddled in nice and close there. And it's pretty dark, so yeah, it's getting dark now. It's difficult to see exactly what's going on. But yeah, you think you're safe enough, at least.
Oh boy. Alright. Cool. So Jacques doesn't need to take a short rest. He's good on everything, so he'll take the time to maybe mash up the roots with some rocks, and I guess we should just smear them on arrowheads, so he can do that for you guys while you rest.
Oh, I'm fine as well, so I'll help you with the roots and then get the arrows ready.
Dope.
Yeah, you can. Well, be nice that if it is on poison, you can put it on the axe.
Yeah,
That's great as well.
could be a very good idea actually to try and coat piercing weapons.
So I suppose we can coat Emma's arrows as well.
Yeah. How much DM when we okay, I'll ask when we like go through the checks to make it. I guess we'll see how much we can get and how many weapons we can spread it on.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's gonna not obviously be an unlimited amount of poison.
Well, yeah, no, it's not going to be unlimited, of course not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, so as you go to start crushing the roots for me, I'd like you just to make a straight dexterity check for me, please.
Okay. Don't fail me now. Alright. So that's a 7, but I am going to use my ring.
But wait, isn't it's the ring of? Hang on, before you do that.
It's a ring of dexterity.
It's a ring of evasion.
Evasion. Would
I
that
think-
not count in this?
Hang on, let me just find it quickly. How do I find it now? Oh, there it is, ring of evasion.
When you fail a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn
Yeah,
it.
that's what I thought. Yeah. So I just wanted to check that.
Alright.
I had a feeling it was saving. Yeah.
Cool. Sorry about that. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's
okay.
a 7.
All right, so you got, it's a little bit like it is dark, so you do struggle a little bit to get, and you don't want to light a fire, obviously, because you don't want to
Yeah.
alert anyone to your presence. But you're going at it with the rock and putting it down, and some of it kind of spills out over and gets mixed up into the dirt, and you don't quite see it, so you're kind of mashing it up as you go. And you make enough for about to coat 3 weapons.
Okay. So then perhaps rather than coating the arrow tips, we should coat our striking weapons. How do you guys feel about that?
Fair enough.
I
Yeah.
think that's a bad idea.
Okay.
Didn't we want to put it in the grog?
I'm like, we can do that, but after it was mentioned that going on the weapons, like that could actually be a more useful thing because we wouldn't have to worry about stealth check to like poison it or a sleight of hand check or risk
So you
one
just
person
wanna
like.
straight up attack these people?
Well,
Yeah, I think with like
attack
a bit
from
of
like
advantage.
attack from like hiding spot and then poison them. I think is the idea. But like avoid stealthing all the way up to like a table and then sleight of hand and hoping nobody sees you. You know, poisoning their water or meat or whatever the case may be.
Mm. How about we coat your 2 weapons and then we won't coat Shark's? And how many arrows could we coat with that last portion if Shark doesn't coat his?
I would say 2.
2. What do you think? Could you make those 2 count?
I can definitely try.
All right. Yeah, worth a try. Okay, so then Jacques won't coat his weapon and he'll coat 2 arrows and just pass them over carefully not to touch the arrowheads.
Okay. As you guys are sitting there in the brush, you hear the sound, a sniffing, and you keep quiet. And so soon you would have heard this, and you you do the sign for keep quiet, and everybody kind of hushes as you sit there. You hear a couple of words being exchanged in Goblin nearby, maybe very close, maybe 30-40 feet away, and this constant sniffing sound. And anybody doing anything at this point?
Have we heard where it's coming from? Those of us who
Make a perception check for me.
Right.
All of us.
Or 2 of you can. So I'd say Susun, you and Jacques.
Oh shit.
Alright.
10.
21.
Nice. Alright, so yeah, sorry, that's what I was waiting for Susun's perception, but that's fine. Alright, so it's coming from a direction opposite of the hill, so coming from where you originally came from. Heading towards the hill, and you make out this again goblin sounds. It's just low chatter. This very guttural, throaty sound.
Jacques. Sorry, yeah?
Yeah, I was just saying it's coming probably south west of your position, and on top of that, with that perception, you make out the low kind of sniffing and a little yap, the sound of perhaps 2 probably wolves or something of the such. As in,
Can we make out how far it is? Sorry.
yeah, with
You
that
said-
perception check, Jacques, you determine that it's probably approximately 45 feet from your current position.
Alright. Very, very like softly.
And so also with that perception check, you do notice, looking in the direction the sound's coming from, you see that you've made your resting spot right next to what looks like a main thoroughfare. There's quite a large road right behind this one bush that you thought was clear.
Okay.
Fucking
So-
good.
Someone has, I think I remember from when we were fighting the zombies, has the ability to make sounds or smells.
Yes.
Can you do that to hide a smell?
No. I
Okay.
can infuse or imbue the property of smell to an item.
They're now
Oh, okay.
approaching. They're getting 25 feet.
Oh shit. Okay.
Beatrice, keep one of them alive, and I'm gonna try and surprise attack.
Alright, cool. Go for it.
Is this the wolves?
The wolves and the goblins.
Alright, so
Okay,
you
I thought it was just wolves coming at us now.
no,
No,
there's
two
low
goblins
chatter
and
of
wolves.
goblin.
Jacques picks up a stone, passes it to sorry, who can do it? Is it Adar?
Adar.
Yeah, passes it to Adar and whispers, "Make it some bacon. Throw it." And then I think we should climb trees and we should get ready to ambush when they rush up bacon. We can get in behind them.
Where do I throw it? But yeah, I take the rock.
Just fuck far from us.
Okay,
Alright,
I
if
take
they're
the rock.
approaching 10 feet.
I take the rock. I imbue it with the smell of delicious roasted
I got my rapier in the
Pork.
meantime.
pork leg, and I chuck it so it bounces twice in front of the wolves going away from us, but
Okay, well make a
not so
dexterity
fast that
check
they
for me.
don't. Not so quick that they that it passes them without them smelling it, but not slowly so it
Jeez.
just falls in front of them.
Okay, make a dexterity check for me, please.
A dexterity. Just a straight up dexterity.
Yeah, as you throw the rock to try and angle it in the direction you'd like it to go.
Nat 8.
Okay, you throw it. It goes. They're now about 10 feet from you. It goes and lands basically just 5 feet, 10 feet off, just to the right of them. And the wolves all of a sudden get really excited and head straight for it. The goblins don't even notice what's going on. They just see that the wolves are their attention has been drawn to something, and the chatter just stops. And then as the rocks fall, they're all fucking terrible. So they don't even notice the rock falling, but they do notice the wolves pulling them towards the rock, just 10 feet away from them. That taking them about 20 feet away from all of you. As they go towards the rock and start sniffing it, the wolves, also rolling very terribly, not noticing the direction the rock came from, do sniff this delicious smelling rock and are distracted for the moment, interested in what's going on there. Alright, so what are you guys doing at this point?
I signal for attack.
Yeah, I think attacks are our only option here. We can't sneak away.
We sneak up behind him and attack him.
Yeah,
Surprise-
Yes.
try go for a sneak attack and get the
Yes, if you can
advantage.
do a sneak attack. I keep my axe in the throwing position, just ready. After Bedrick makes his move, I would like to attack the other one.
Jock, you
Put on
notice
my axe with the
the
other
one goblin bending down, now interested in what the wolves are looking at. He picks up the rock, gives it a sniff, and stands up immediately at attention. Now looking around.
Can I sneak up behind as close as possible to him to attack him?
Yeah, it's up to you what you want to do now. He's
Yeah,
only just
I
picked it
think-
up, he sniffed it, and you can see, like, at this point you notice, it's up to you, within that time gap, you can choose what you'd like to do now, but you have to be quick.
As soon as Sassoon indicated for attack, Jacques went
Let's sneak up
into
then.
as stealthy as he could, sneaks up and wants to attack.
Alright.
Yeah, the moment Beatrice drops, I'm also going to try and catch them off guard and attack them.
Alright, so
You roll
will-
stealth?
Yeah, you can roll a stealth, yeah. No, it's okay. I'd say this is a surprise round. They're within range of you to reach them. I mean, they're only 20 feet away, so in one action you'd be able to reach them and attack without having to roll stealth. If that
Okay,
makes
then
sense.
No, I
And
rolled my
shot.
rapier to attack one of them.
Alright, so surprise round. We'll go
Yeah,
from the top.
Jacques also.
Who's attacking first?
think
Bedrich, and
Wanna
then
attack first?
me, and then Sassoon.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Or do you want to go second, Sassoon? I don't mind either way.
Doesn't matter.
Cool. If you guys are cool with that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
Cool. Are we gonna get Emma involved in this process, or is she kind of like hidden away
I
for
think for
our...
now, let's keep her hidden away. Yeah,
Cool.
she's pretty much passed out, so yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, she can still.
Um,
she can. I mean, you can still play like a supporting. I mean, she is a cleric, so
And Daenerys?
yeah. You can play her. I mean, play them. I mean, they do what they would have done. Obviously, be careful. Don't like fucking go crazy
Yeah.
or whatever. But
Maybe she can go into like a back position where she could try and get a shot off at one of the wolves.
Yeah, she'll use her longbow and get her ready, and then if one of the wolves moves, then she'll shoot off an arrow.
okay.
Cool. So that's the 4 of us attacking, yeah.
All right. So
And
who's?
yeah, I think as soon as everybody attacked, Daenerys will come afterwards, just because she's bulky.
Yeah.
All right, and then Adar, what are you doing in this one?
I had my axe ready for when Bishop
Okay,
attacked the
right.
one, I attacked the other one, but I'll, while you are tagging from behind, I'm gonna just move to their side, and start focusing on the wolves.
So I'm just setting up it quick.
But I did have my axe ready to throw.
Cool.
So my first move was gonna be a ranged move.
Oh shit, they're facing us. Okay.
No. Sorry.
What are we listening to?
It's what the frick? My bloody my Roll20 is freaking out on me. I think I might need to use a different browser. Sorry, just give me 2 seconds as I go back in.
Cool.
Cool.
Alright, so who's attacking first here? So you can, and which one are you attacking at this point?
Okay.
Sorry, let me just open up, let me open up in a different browser. I think...
You're going to have to walk me through this because I don't have a laptop in front of me, so...
Alright, no, that's okay, we'll describe to you. There's basically what you can see, 2 goblins and 2 wolves, both facing away from you, their backs somewhat turned. Hang on, let me just get in there and set it up quickly. Oh my frick! Sorry guys, I just keep clicking the wrong thing here.
No stress, man.
My browser's...
I'm just gonna quickly go make a coffee.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get some combat music going, hey? Once this is going on.
Yes. Dun-dun-dun.
Okay, come on, man, load already. Alright, there we go. Okay, still loading.
Ah,
Oh, I did legs today, and I thought I was very, very funny, and now I'm feeling it horribly.
oh.
Great for you. How often do you do legs often, or do
Once
you...
a week.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, legs are a bitch.
Yeah, but I wanted for shits and giggles to do my set with 140.
What,
And,
were you doing squats?
Yes. And yeah, now I'm shitting from the giggles.
Hey.
It's all shits and giggles until someone giggles and shits.
Yeah, and then I went and gave blood as well.
Oh jeez, dude.
I read
Yeah, no.
something interesting.
If you don't show your body that it's able to die, you know how will you know when you live?
I read something interesting about if you donate blood, it's actually it's good for you because it gets rid of like heavy metals and stuff that build up in your system.
Yeah, especially my metal count of my body is almost always above 17.
I don't know what the counts mean. So.
It should be between 11 and 16.
Sure. Okay.
So it's always high.
Alright.
And then if I don't calm down before they take my blood pressure, that also doesn't look very good. I think, yeah, I think, but luckily I was able to calm myself before they took it, so it was 140 over 80.
Yeah, it's okay. It's still a little high, but
It sometimes go to 170, 180.
jeez.
I should probably start taking medication for it.
Although I know some people are, they just have high blood pressure, but their bodies are kind of adapted to it, I think. Although, don't trust me, I'm not a doctor, so don't listen to
No, so if anybody wants to give me medicine, I'm gonna tell them no. You said it wasn't necessary.
Yeah, let them know, okay. I know doctors. Therefore, I know things. I know people who know shit. Therefore, I know shit. All right. Okay, so who's taking the first strike? Beatrick, what are you doing? There's a are you there? Hey.
Yeah.
I don't know. Alright, cool. So there's a goblin as you turn to like facing it. There's one on the left, one on the right of each other. Their backs are turned towards you at this point. They're actually slightly towards this back end here. I'm going to say that towards the left of the screen, they were heading in that direction, and that's the direction of the encampment. So they were making their way left when Adar had thrown, when they were about 20 feet from your position, had thrown the rock, and it had landed in at this point over here. The wolves went forward, were sniffing what's going on here. The goblins are like a little curious, but not alarmed just yet. I mean, the wolves generally do tend to kind of do their own thing from now and then. They are on tight ropes. The one goblin goes to bend down, picks up the rock, and is looking at it quite curiously at this point before your attack. All right. What are you doing, Beatrick?
Well, I'm sneaking up to the one that's closest to me, and
Okay.
I'll use my rapier to quietly stab him in the back.
All right. Roll to hit.
Can Jacques move up at the same, or are we going to be doing like an instantaneous thing with it?
Yeah, this is all instantaneous. You're all going to move up at the same. This is all attacking at the same time. Surprise.
Okay.
Surprise.
Cool.
Attack.
Sorry, I just wanted to clarify. Thank you.
Yeah.
13.
How much? Sorry.
13.
13. No, that misses, unfortunately. As you go in for a strike,
Doesn't he get? Sorry, does he get advantage for sneak attack?
Good one.
that's true. Yeah, you roll with advantage.
Okay, cool. Give me a second. And, oh, yeah, not much better. Sure.
Yeah.
21.
Yeah, that definitely hits, and you do get your sneak attack bonus because it's with advantage.
Alright, so the first normal damage will be 8, and then sneak attack damage will be 11. So 8 plus 11, 19.
Yeah, and that will do it for this creature.
Yeah.
You can describe how you take him out from behind.
So I literally sneak up behind him. As quickly as I stand up behind him, I grab him by the forehead and I just push my rapier from the back through his heart into the chest, up the other side, and just hold my hand over his mouth to make sure he doesn't make too much noise. And I gently bring him down to the ground.
Yeah, and he doesn't. He barely makes a noise. However, his friend next to him gets a bit of a fright. Okay, but we're still in the surprise round. Who's up? Who's up next?
Jacques.
All right,
Is that,
Jacques.
are you guys cool with that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
All right. So yeah, also sneaking up to behind this goblin here, and wanting to do the same thing as Beatrick. Go for the throat, essentially from behind. Take him out.
Alright, roll to hit.
All right. So that's gonna be. Is that also with advantage?
Yeah, also with advantage.
All right. Give me something good. Nice. That's a 22.
That definitely hits. Roll some damage.
All right. Come on, baby.
This is the one now that's bent down to pick up the rock.
Yeah. So that's a 7.
All right, so you're going for the strike, coming from behind. You try and go for the through the chest hit. You deal some massive damage, and it goes into his back. You hear a loud screech as your blade pierces his between the ribs, but not quite making it to the heart. As you pull out, blood just comes squirting out, and it also, yeah, it looks like it's definitely a serious puncture wound.
Alright, I'd like to action surge and try and finish him off.
Alright. Is action surge, I just want to make sure because this is a surprise round, so I just want to quickly...
Yeah, per my turn, so if this isn't a turn then...
Yeah, it's not a turn, it's just this is a surprise round, so you can take one additional action on your turn. This can be used one time per short rest. I just want to see a bit more, I just want to click on it. See that you can push yourself beyond your normal limits. For a moment, on your turn, you can take one additional action. It's part of your action, so it's not a bonus action.
Right, okay.
To use this feature, you must finish a short... Yeah, so I'd say you'd be able to use it. Because
That I
it's
would,
one
yeah.
action. Yeah, because this is an attack is a single action. So
Okay.
a surprise round, so this would form part of that same action.
Dope. Alright,
Yeah.
so then I'll roll to hit without advantage. Terrible. 8.
Yeah, this time it's a bit more aware, but you still go in for the strike. You manage to hit, but your blade glances off its hide armor, not piercing quite right.
Sorry, dude.
All right, who's next?
Me. As I'm seeing, for some reason, Jock just completely trying to kill this goblin after we want him alive.
Sorry,
I'm going to go grab the goblin and drag him as far as I can.
All right, roll a strength check for me, an athletics.
I just want to check. I think I can roll, but that's only when the astral self is on. Okay, athletics. I made this thing smaller now. Now I can't find features and traits now. Shit, where's the normal rolls? Abilities? Ah, there we go. Athletics. 10.
Well, yeah, you definitely beat him. I'm rolling so terrible that he rolled a 5 minus 1, so 4. So yeah, you managed to grapple and get hold of him. He is now grappled.
Okay, I'm gonna use the movement that I have left to take him back to our camp.
Alright, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20 feet to get to him. And that means you've got 20 feet, so you can move him back towards the camp. I just want to quickly see about grappling, yeah. Come on. Yeah, you can move with a grapple. I just can't recall the rules exactly. Oh, here we go, got it down. When you want to grab a creature, you wrestle with it, you can use your attack action to make a special melee attack. Grapple, if you're able to make multiple attacks with attack action, this attack replaces one of them. The target of your... So you can, if you have multiple attacks, this only replaces one of your attacks. The target of your grapple must be no more than, size, whatever, within your reach. Using at least one free hand, you try to seize the target by making a grapple check. Check contested by the target strength, dexterity check, or dexterity check. Okay, so this would have been a dexterity check for this creature, but it fails regardless. Your subject is grappled. The condition specifies the things that end it, and you can release the target whenever you like. Now, actually, quite escaping a grapple, moving a grappled creature. When you move, you can drag it or carry the grappled creature with you, but your speed is halved. All right. Unless the creature is 2 or more sizes smaller than you.
I think I'm a medium, and I don't think it's a tiny.
No. I think this is, let's double check.
Small.
Yeah, small. Alright, so you got half movement speed. So your movement is 40, you've done 20, so you got another 10 left.
Okay, I'll just move it back.
Okay, perfect. So you drag him back 5, 10 there, yeah. As you start dragging him back, also kind of causing the wolf to kind of be dragged a bit. Since he is holding the wolf at this point still. Well, we'll see what happens when we finish the surprise run. Okay, next, who's up?
Yes, Adol.
Alright, what are you doing, Adol?
So like I said, I wanted to move more to the side.
Alright.
Well,
it depends how much movement you got, because you're all kind of grouped in the same space. So you're gonna just move straight in this direction.
yeah, like I wanted, like so in type of arc,
Alright.
and then somewhere, wherever.
Yeah, about where you are now. You can move one block in around in any direction.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Areas.
I'm fine then. I'd like to attack this first wolf. I'd like to throw the axe.
Alright, chuck it.
Chuck it.
I'm just trying to remember who coated their weapons with what. Jacques, you didn't coat your weapon, did you?
No, I didn't.
No, it's two of my arrows.
Two arrows and your axe. Hey, Adol.
Did you do my axe, Jock?
Yeah, we did do that at the camp.
Okay. 13 to hit.
Yeah, that just hits.
The wolf.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you chuck your axe, it rolls some damage.
11 damage.
Yeah, and that will do it. You can describe how you take out this wolf.
Seeing Bedrick super silently assassinating the wolf walker without making as much as a peep, his dead limb body still hanging in Bedrick's hand, I flank around to the side and throw my axe as hard as possible into the neck of the first wolf I can see. It's still kind of pointing forward in the confusion of what this rock was, and there's a clean line to his neck, and it just chops it straight off with the.
Nice.
If you can see the astral energy, or not the astral, the arcane energy that needs to bring this axe back, struggling to pull it out of the bone of the beast, and it comes out and back in my hand.
Nice. Jeez, brutal. Okay, well done. Anything else? Oh, you don't have anything else. That's your turn. All right, now it's Daenerys and Emma.
I'm gonna struggle to play on Emma's side because I don't have access to her character sheet.
All right, I do have access. Okay, I've got it open here. I'll just hit refresh.
Discord is literally the only thing I've got access to right now, so...
Okay.
The laptop's locked and she's got the password, so I can't unlock that.
Sure, man. Hang on, I see she hasn't taken a long rest, it looks like.
She did do it on this side.
Well, it showed that she was still in her saving throws for some reason.
I saw her click on take long rests, I'm not sure.
Hang on. Just want to adjust here quickly. Just give me 2 seconds. So that's 4. So what was her 23? 1, 2, 3, 4. Was she on 27? What was her HP originally? Hang on, let me just check the page here. Yeah, so she was originally on 23. Yeah, okay. So she's actually meant to have 27 HP, but she's Okay, on 23 now, that's right. But her max HP isn't reflecting right. Anyway, I do have a sheet open, and she's got a bow drawn. She's going to... what would you like? I think she would probably go for the wolf. I mean, if it's there, she'll probably make her way slightly towards the side.
She wouldn't go up front with it, but definitely attack it, yes.
Yeah, so she'll make her way kind of like here, I'd say, to kind of get a better angle. Not getting too close. Drawing her bow and shooting. So we'll roll to hit. I've got it open here. Longbow. Ooh, I'm rolling terribly tonight. That's a 10. As she pulls back to draw and shoot, it's a bit dark and she struggles to see the arrow going wide. In fact, I just realized that because it's dark, we should be rolling with disadvantage on... No, it won't be with disadvantage, because if you have night vision, you'll be able to see 60 feet as if it's dim light. But yeah, if you know they're there, it's fine. It's not disadvantage. Alright, but that's a miss. She draws a bow and shoots. Daenerys.
Okay, so Daenerys is going to rush in as close as she can to the wolf. And hit it with her sword.
Alright.
A long sword.
She rushes in, roll to hit.
Uh, 14.
That definitely hits. Roll some damage.
Uh, 5.
As she goes in for the strike, the wolf, now slightly more alert, manages to dodge out the way, only taking a deep gash to the shoulder as it kind of moves and turns to growl at you. Alright, at this point, I think everyone's gone. Roll initiative for me, please.
Righty.
Ooh, natural 20.
Sure.
Nice. Well done.
5.
Alright.
5.
I'll roll for Emma quickly.
Yes.
Initiative. Alright, who got above 20?
I 23. Well, it's a natural 20.
Well,
plus
20,
3, so
yeah, 23. Okay, cool. Who?
I don't
So,
know.
yeah.
No, I can't remember the rules for natural 20, but yeah.
Yeah, you just add your dexterity. It doesn't really do much. It's just a high roll when it comes to initiative. All right, then. Did you roll for Daenerys?
I did not.
All right. Who got? So no one else above 20. Who got between 15 and 20?
Daenerys got 13.
All right.
Oh, sorry, that's not.
All right. Who got between 15 and 20?
Daenerys got 13.
All right. Daenerys 13. 13. Who got between 5 and 10? Or 11?
9.
9 for you, Bedrick. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Forgot about Emma. 9 for Bedrick and Adar.
5.
Ish. Jacques.
It's
Also 5.
nice.
All right. So because
Team
you guys,
tactics.
yeah. So we say that if you roll the same initiative, you can. I'll give you like a second to discuss tactics. And then you can like work together to. Yeah, so I mean, you can. I'll give you a second to decide how you want to do it, like what you want to do, and you guys can like move together. So if you have something that might help someone else out that has the same advantage as you, then you can do so, or whatever. Yeah, so like team tactics type thing. But yeah. But I think we're going to end it soon in any case. We'll finish this section off and then we'll end it, I think. Alright, anyway, let's continue. So, top of the round, so soon, you're up.
As I'm moving my 20 feet that way, I am also going to make an attack with my open hand, with my open hand. Just try and knock this guy out. Just, you know, karate chop to the neck.
Alright, roll to hit.
Oh, why am I using the 16.
Yeah, that will definitely hit. Roll some damage.
4.
You nearly have him. You get him in a chokehold as you clothesline him, but he's just hanging on there. That was
As a bonus action, I'm gonna try and again.
all right. Roll to hit.
15.
That does hit. Can roll some damage.
5.
Yep, and that will do it. You give an extra tug of your arm, and he goes out cold.
Okay, and then I guessing with 20 feet I'll be back in the clearing.
Yeah. Yep. So make your way back to the little. It is sheltered, but it's right on the path. You kind of ran
Yes,
across
we'll-
it to get
We'll
to where they are.
probably have to find a better location.
Yeah.
Did somebody just
Might.
make the yellow line, or did it show me how far I was moving?
If you hold right click whilst you move, so if you right click as you go, it will show.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Ah! Why do we only have that now? And you can even jump around if you tap it. Nice. It moves.
I didn't even see that, but it moves after you've done it.
That is amazing.
All right.
Oh no,
but-
mine doesn't move. How do you get yours to move?
No, yours move on my screen. Mine
Oh,
doesn't move on my screen.
Oh, okay, that's stupid.
Anyway, as you take the goblin out and you move out the way, Sassoon, you hear the sound of rustling coming from down the path, and you see another goblin come running down, seeing the situation. He's going to try and run right past you. Trying
Where
to-
was I
obvious-
here?
Yeah, well, obviously avoiding, like taking the avoidance path, but it's gonna run 30, and then it's gonna take the dash action to keep moving as he runs by.
Can I see if everybody saw him, or
I mean, yeah, you guys are all pretty in combat now. You guys would have noticed him running by. He's not trying to be stealthy or anything. With all of your passive perceptions, definitely would have seen him. Definitely would have seen him run by. Let me just check this something quick. Yeah. Okay, yeah. He's gonna continue running, and you also see him as he makes his way, reaching down to something that is hanging on his side. Yeah. All right, that will end its go. Emma is up. All right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Suppose she'll probably try and shoot an arrow at him.
Yeah. I think. Let me see. I think she'll probably try a spell, maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
Let's see what she's got. I think she'd probably try and use. I'd say perhaps command. let's see here. Okay. Okay, yeah. So she's gonna cast command, second
Alright.
level.
Try and stop him.
Yeah. So the creature, to try and stop him. The creature needs to make a Wisdom saving throw. Yes, I'm rolling absolutely fucking shit. It definitely fails, and she's going to say drop. So you just hear Emma busy casting, saying a quick word, and then she just says in a very strange voice, but very melodic, drop. Like, I don't know how to say it. Anyway, to this creature running off. All right, that will end her go. No wait, she actually has a bonus action.
Yeah, she cast what's it?
Spiritual weapon, but
Spiritual weapon,
yeah,
Something the honey badger.
yeah. I'm just trying to think because the thing is like it's a second level spell, so I don't know if she wants to use that particular spell just yet.
Well, she did drop him, so I suppose there's no need to
Yeah, because the thing is,
do anything else right now.
yeah, yeah, because well, drop kind of just means. Let me just read it. She said drop, come on. So drop just means the target drops whatever it is holding and then ends its turn. So it can't do anything on its turn. It just drops whatever it's holding.
Right, excellent.
Then. Yeah, I wouldn't cast spiritual weapon because it is a second level spell and she might want to use it later on, and it looks like the situation might be under somewhat control. Anyway, okay. I think that will end her turn. She'll probably just move back behind Sassoon, actually. Okay. Daenerys is up. Jeffrey, what are we doing with Daenerys?
Is the wolf still alive? Because
Yeah.
she's actually close to that wolf.
Yeah, it's just it looks badly. It's a lot of blood coming out of it, and but it's still alive.
Okay, attack again. 13.
That does hit. Oh, did she move up to it? Yeah, with the sword. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that hits. You can roll some damage. That just hits.
7.
Yeah, that will do it. You can describe how Daenerys takes out this wolf.
But the first cut being through the chest, she gathers herself, and the second cut just one straight needle point through the brain.
Nice.
And then she is going to use her movement this round to get as close to the goblin as she can.
All right.
I can't really move her.
All right. I'll give you permission, quick, since. All right. You should have permission that you should be able to move it. I just want to quickly check that command spell one more time just to make sure. I think you can still attack. Command. You speak the target must succeed a wisdom. The spell has no effect if the target is undead. If it doesn't understand the language, or if you can't. Some typical command that determine. Okay. Sorry, she actually cast it at first level, not second level. But yeah, she just commands it. Yeah, no, I think you can still attack. I don't think it doesn't say anything about it breaking the spell. All right, so she moves closer to that goblin. Is there anything else that Daenerys would like to try?
She can do her spiritual weapon, but it's a second level spell, so I think I'm just going to leave it.
All right. Pedrick, you're up.
Okay, is the goblin dead? Or?
No, the one that Sassoon choked, he choked it out, basically.
He's unconscious.
Yeah, he's unconscious, yeah.
Okay. The one The newest shot it? Sorry, I wasn't listening fully.
That's this one over here. That one is still up and it's come to a stop now. But it's still there.
We have one down. We have the unconscious one. We want to keep alive, so we can end off this one. I'll take one of the arrows that's not poisoned, because I don't want to waste them on this one, and then I'll fire it off to this one.
All right, roll to hit.
Yeah, give me a second. Hang on, guys. I'm accessing my phone. Okay. There we go. It will be. Oh no, I think I missed 9. 9.
All right, yeah, that misses unfortunately. So I was just reading it. Okay, yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, no, that misses unfortunately. As you draw to shoot, it goes wide. It's a little bit dark and it's tough to see, and it's moving pretty quick.
All right.
All right. Anything else you'd like to try?
No, that's pretty much it.
All right. That ends your now, yeah, okay. Addo, you're up. Oh, Addo and
Yes.
Jock. Addo and Jock.
Arrow and Jock, yeah.
So I'll give you like a minute to decide if you want to do something together. Otherwise, the person with the highest dex goes.
I'm gonna do just another axe throw at him. I'm not gonna risk a fireball now going wrong. But you're gonna try and run for it.
Yeah, I can't make it to him, but I can get halfway there.
Maybe use your dash, because on his turn he will stand still.
This
But
is
I'm gonna
true.
throw first, and then you run. So there's no risk
Yeah.
of me.
Cool.
You don't have anything ranged, right?
No, nothing that I can take out now.
Okay. Okay, then Adult goes first.
Alright.
With Jock kinda starting to run, and by the time he's next to me, the axe will be on his way back.
Alright, so you coordinate. Alright, so throw to throw to hit. Roll to hit.
Throw to roll.
Throw to roll.
17 plus 7, 24.
Nice,
Wow.
so that definitely hits. Yes, you're killing it.
Okay, let's see. Oh, 11 again. Haha.
Nice.
Shit. Yeah, as you go in, it hits him basically in the back of the head, and lodges in there. Somehow though, he's still on his feet. He staggers a little bit, but he's still up. But he looks like he's on his last legs. He doesn't. Even if you let him go, it doesn't look like he would make it much further.
Okay.
It's a pretty
The
beast throw.
axe returns.
Hang on. Actually, you would have thrown with disadvantage because it's more than 20 feet away from you.
Is it more than 20 feet away from me?
Yeah.
Oh, that is true. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
so
just
one
roll
more.
again.
Yeah. Just to see if it hits or not.
It would have been 11.
Yeah, that would have missed.
That would have missed. Okay, no, that's fine.
Yeah. So
I mean,
so,
he still stands still on his turn. He will stand still, and then Jock will go before him, and I can just stab him to death.
yeah. So he's still on his feet. Your axe going wide, but still returning to your hand. All right. Anything else you'd like to do, Adon?
Well, I think for contingency's sake. Where is it now? My movement is 30 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, for contingency's sake, I'll just see if I can. Yeah, just move my movement there.
All right. Jacques.
Alright, DM, can you show me, just like plot out a course on how I could get around? I was thinking 10 feet there and then diagonal, or must I go
Yeah,
2
no,
down and then...
No, you can hit in
But,
this direction and then.
You can press Alt, and then you can move.
Oh, alt. Okay, dope.
Yeah.
Then it's not bound.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Then it doesn't
Perfect.
snap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, snap. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go.
And if you click, if you like, whilst you alting, and then if you right click, it will keep it in position.
Okay. So let's do that. Let's see if right click works on a trackpad.
Oh yeah,
No.
you got a Mac. So
Yeah.
that's
Okay. No,
unfortunate.
I'll just do it this way. So 10 to there.
All right.
So that's 10, and then down is 15. Another block is 20. So I am dashing, so I've still got another 40 feet to go.
Well, you've got 60 if you're gonna dash.
Yeah.
You would definitely make it to him if you dash.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna dash straight up and get as close to him as possible. Which I guess is like here, right next to him.
Yeah.
Can you
get
maybe
into-
run past him as far as possible, and then
55.
This
If he
is
turns
literally
around
the
and run.
limit. Yeah, this is the limit of my movement, unfortunately.
if the goblin somehow moves from there, Jogs gets attack of opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Then that is fine.
Well,
All
you
right.
should at least try. Yeah. Okay, that ends your go.
Yeah.
Right, top of the round again. So soon.
Okay. I drop the unconscious goblin and just full on four-legged sprint it.
Four-legged sprint.
So I'm going to use my class feature to get the extra 10 feet.
Feline agility.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna either grapple or just attack him
All right, roll to hit.
You can
with
literally
advantage because of
Yeah. You're flanking.
14.
That just misses. This is
I'm
a slippery
gonna-
one.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to try again.
All right, roll to hit.
$12.
Yeah, that misses unfortunately. You go in for 2 strikes. This goblin.
I'm gonna use a key point to do flurry of blows.
No, he's
And
gonna
I'm
die.
going to hit
He's
this
going
asshole.
to die already. Oh,
Alright,
I've been rolling cock all night, so yeah, just
17.
Yeah, that will hit.
6 damage.
Alright, as you're going for the punch, you manage eventually to get him in the face, or the side of the head at least, and deal 6 damage. Yeah, he's still standing. Looking a little dazed from that punch. It was pretty hard, especially for its small frame, but still on its feet.
Oh, what a dick.
Alright, does that end your turn?
Yes.
Alright, so it's the goblin's turn now. And Adar, Jock, and Sassoon, you notice in his hand is a ivory horn. Well, not ivory, but a horn. That looks like he was reaching for and that he was about to put to his mouth to blow. He goes and drops that. And that will end his turn. Alright. Emma is up.
Okay.
What do you think she would do now? I'm just trying to look at it.
What's left? What's the situation right now?
She's got Toll the Dead as a cantrip, which is you point at one creature you can see within range, which is 60 feet. Is that in range?
yeah, RBB.
Yeah, that's in range. So you point to one creature you can see within range, and the sound of a delirious bell fills the air around it for one moment. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 necrotic damage. If the target is missing any of its hit points, it instead takes 1d12 necrotic. Okay, so I think that's what you'll
Is
do.
that
'cause
a cantrip?
it's a cantrip, yeah.
Yeah, that's a badass cantrip, is it not?
Yeah. Yeah. So she's gonna cast Toll the Dead, which is again a wisdom save. And I rolled a 9 plus what is the modifier for a goblin on wisdom? I don't think it's gonna be high.
No, I think
It's a minus
negative.
1. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's an 8. So that's a fail. So that's a d12 damage for Toll the Dead. I'm just gonna really roll the d12. Oh, that's a fucking shit roll again. 2.
Jeez.
Oh!
Yeah, it's terrible,
What
man. I'm
is
rolling
it with this goblin?
Yeah.
Do you guys like remember the first or second session? There was also just like a goblin that we could not hit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
remember.
nearly got away, and then I think Addo, you managed to shoot it in the leg with the
Shoot it in the.
with a natural 20.
Was that the same goblin?
Oh, I don't know. He got pretty far. And then, but yeah, you hear this disembodied ring, this doom, and this vibration happens right over the goblin creature as Toll the Dead. Bell fills the air, and for a moment the target must succeed. Instead of so and you see his body vibrate. This energy kind of it's coursing through his body. This necrotic damage. You see this greenish white glow vibrates around him as he takes 2 necrotic damage. All right.
Necrotic damage.
Yeah, I think that will end Emma's turn. She'll probably move closer to Beatrick, not wanting to be out in the open by herself.
Yeah, that's perfect. Guys, I worked night shift and I came up to you this morning, so I'm struggling to stay awake myself.
Shame, man. Okay, well we're basically done. It's just this last goblin here. So we have Adai. No, Beatrick. No, sorry, Daenerys.
Daenerys, yeah.
Okay, so she's going to move around. More or less there.
Yeah.
And then yet again attack with a sword.
Okay, roll to hit.
Not nat 20.
Nice, that definitely hits.
Yes.
7 damage.
And that will do it for this goblin.
She attacked him with what?
A sword, a long sword.
A longsword. She looks him straight in the eyes and say, "Today, goblin, is your last," as she thrusts it
Oh, there's a
through
big
his
one.
lungs.
I'm just joking.
What now? Thrust it straight through its abdomen, piercing its lungs, and this reddish blood just spilling all over the sword and the shoes and her hands, pulling out.
I think goblins have red blood. Ach, green
So I
blood.
said, "Oh, red blood." Well, she stabbed him so hard the blood came out red.
No, well, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is red blood. I mean, they are humanoid, and some of them. I mean, they are goblinoid creatures, which are related to orcs, somewhat. And I mean, orcs can mate with humans. I don't think a human would want to have.
Yeah, no, intercourse with the orc. No,
Yeah,
thank you.
with a goblin, so.
Yeah, Goblin Slayer.
There probably are humans that would do something like that, so I wouldn't put it past
Yeah.
humans.
Oh, was there ever like a second season for Goblin Slayer? Because it was actually pretty amazing.
It was amazing, but no, it has. Well, if there is, it hasn't.
I haven't heard of Goblin Slayer, but anyway, I think that's it for tonight. Those of you who want to jump off are more than welcome to. And then,
Awesome.
Way. Yeah, I think I'll head out as well.
Cool, thanks guys.
Yeah, thanks for the game, everybody.
Really cool.
It was a very cool session.
yeah. Sweet,
Yeah.
guys. And
Okay. Right.
yeah, well done on stopping the goblins from alerting others. But anyway, yeah, you guys must have a lucky night. Enjoy the off day if you have off tomorrow. If not, unlucky. And then
Sure. I only
Right.
learned that tomorrow's a vacation day, like 6 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah, as well.
that's
I
a
did
nice
not know.
surprise.
What day is it? Like, what is the day?
I think it's Workers'
the
Day.
Freedom
day.
Day. God damn
Freedom
it, that's the biggest one. Freedom Day.
Uh,
No, Pride Day is the biggest one, but no.
But it is almost Friday. Like I think.
September.
Oh, never
Yeah.
mind.
yeah, Freedom Day tomorrow, and then next week Monday is Workers' Day.
Yeah.
Workers' Day. So Monday's an off day as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fucking hell, this month is shorter work-wise than February almost.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
I think
feel
it's
like-
I think it's this month that has like the most public holidays of the year. I think is in April.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
April,
Oh, wait, but I'm
so-
gonna head out, guys. Thanks, Talks, for the
Okay, yeah.
game,
Yeah, sweet
Sharp.
guys.
and then yeah, see you guys
Thanks,
next week.
Toto.
Yeah, sweet.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.